Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yeehaw Lads podcast, episode number 11. For once, what do you guys want to talk about to start this off?
Oh,
Anybody got a...
I started like 2 weeks ago, so.
Started what?
Caitlin's computer's finally fixed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah?
Yes.
So what was it?
The motherboard.
Ooh.
I got a funny story about that motherboard too.
Okay, I'm listening.
Let her eat.
So it all started with, so her original kit of memory was bad.
Sure.
We established that because I did put that in my computer, and my computer even refused to boot with it. And it's the same exact kit.
Okay.
Correction, I used to have that same exact kit, but I upgraded to a faster kit just for the video editing that I do on the side. But it refused to boot with her old one, so I thought, okay, it's really bad if I'm not even getting a light on my motherboard with it in there.
It's not even attempting to start up.
Yeah, no, like it doesn't show the diagnostic light on the corner of my board, so like it was fucked.
Now, do you have one diagnostic light, or do you have one for each component?
I have one for each component.
Okay, and it wouldn't light up the RAM one for that?
No, because I would even take the RAM out of the board and it would immediately throw a red light.
Oh, that's bad then.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And when it was in there, it just did nothing, fans, full speed, and
Ooh, that's
nothing
nasty.
on the screen. Yeah. So we replaced the RAM, and that was fine for about a week or two, and then eventually it went to crashing to a black screen, or it would just freeze. And at first, Noli did it when she was playing Overwatch, but then as time progressed, it got to where she was just doing her job just through Chrome, and it would do it. So that's when it got really bad. Event Viewer Event Viewer was actually being helpful, and it was throwing errors for her SSD. Brian made a good point that they sell a better version of her SSD at the Walmart here. I didn't think to check Walmart for PC components.
Yeah, instead of making the hour and a half drive to Westmont.
Yeah, for an SSD.
Because every once in a while when I go to Walmart, I'll just like wander some aisles I haven't done before just to see what's in there. And I'm like, that's a M.2. I'm like, what
Yeah.
do they have M. I'm like,
Gen
oh,
4 even.
because PlayStation 5s can take an M.2 now, and that'll actually like to expand storage. So
Yeah.
they sell those next to the PS5s and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
You fucking console.
So I picked up a 500 gig because that's all they had, and that's all Caitlin needs. She stores everything on her NAS anyway.
right.
Swapped that in there, or I cloned her old one to her new one, swapped it in there, thought everything was good. Next day later in the morning before she went to work, I had the day off and we tried playing some Overwatch, and in the middle of the first game that we even tried, it crashed. Did the freezing again. So I reserved a different motherboard. It was a MSI
Like X570 Pro
X570
Wi-Fi.
MEG something. It's like one of the higher end ones that they have.
Yeah, because they have MEG and Tomahawk. Tomahawks are like middle-ish one.
Yeah.
I think MEG is like a step. I don't know if it's a step below that or if it's right.
I want to say it's a step above.
I think it's a step above,
think
and then
it
there's
is.
2 more tiers.
Yeah.
I thought the
Yeah.
MEG was the top of the line one, but apparently they added more tiers since the last time I had an MSI product.
Yeah, I think that's one above the Tomahawk. Plus, it's an
'Cause-
X570, so you're getting a better feature set anyway.
Yes.
Whether it's a nicer board, in that brand or not, it's a better
Yeah.
chipset.
Yep.
Bought that, picked it up. And the Micro Center guy noticed because I have their credit card for the 5% off. We use it so often anyway, and I just pay that shit off immediately. Using that, he was verifying my address, and he said, "Oh, Peru, Illinois. I used to go to Starved Rock all the time in high school and everything." He said, "Like, was it a long drive?" And I said, "About like an hour and a half, but this is like the 3rd time coming up here this month, so it's added up." So we get to talking, and he just said, "Oh, what's going on with it?" So he said, "I replaced like every component but the motherboard, but it's been doing this." And he said, "Do you know what the old motherboard is by chance?" Some Asus X570 tough gaming, blah, blah, blah. And he just said, "Yeah, we got a lot of computers for repairs with that exact board, and the board ended up going bad for that same issue." I'm like,
But it's got to at least feel good that you're not the only one having this
Yeah.
problem.
Well, it felt good that I wasn't the only one having that issue.
Mm-hmm.
I was pissed because it started doing this 2 weeks after I bought the 3-year replacement program for it.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Of course. But
Well, was that 2 weeks when you bought the new board? Or it started doing it 2 weeks after?
it started doing it 2 weeks after
Damn.
Of course it
ended.
did.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's the only time stuff goes bad is
of course.
once it's out of
Well,
work.
and I almost didn't buy it too, but it was only this was during COVID, and I think it was only $30. I just said, fuck it.
Yeah, you might as well, especially when it's, when PC parts are in kind of short supply during that COVID period there.
Especially during that time too. Yeah, that was
Rough.
that was the
she-
only board that we could get to, and it was open box, so it was $70 cheaper than a new one. So I
And
thought
she uses it every single day for work, as
she
opposed
does
to like
now. Yes.
as
Yeah.
opposed to all of us who don't really use their PC every day.
Right.
So,
Right.
Marcus just never turns his
yeah,
off.
which is
Yeah.
It's on at home right now.
Gotta get that uptime, baby.
And at
Buddy.
the time, it had really good reviews too. So I thought, well, fuck it. What's the worst that can happen?
And the open
3 years
box,
later.
it's like maybe it was used for, 2 weeks before you got it, and that was just enough to.
He had a story, actually, the original salesman with it.
Okay.
The person that bought it realized it had Wi-Fi. He didn't want the Wi-Fi version,
That's insane.
which I thought, like, just don't use the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But
Like-
no, he did not want the Wi-Fi version.
It still has a fucking Ethernet port
He
on
might,
it.
well, he
It
might
did,
He might just set it up as like a cold storage thing, I guess.
Could have, but I mean, at the same time, it's
that's
like
fair.
you don't have to use the antenna it comes with. Just
Just
ignore
don't
it.
Yeah.
disable the driver in the BIOS. And
But
That's
whatever,
how I had
I-
mine set up.
I got a 179 motherboard for 109. Whatever.
That's a win.
Has lost my gain.
Yeah, X570s
At
are
that point.
awesome.
yeah, I'll say
Um,
until today.
Yeah, till
Or,
today.
so it went.
Installing it was pretty cool. I will give MSI props with Asus, and I'm starting to notice this with other computers I've helped build or troubleshoot lately. Is Asus just kind of puts certain ports fuck all anywhere. Or
Okay.
MSI, it was nice and organized. Like everything that at least that Caitlin had to use was all on the bottom, so it looks so much cleaner compared to her Asus board.
When I built mine with my MSI board, I'm like, everything just was in the spot that I expected it to be in, and it made cable managing it super easy.
And that used to be my complaint with MSI boards like 10 years ago is I thought they were scattered all over the place. And then I switched to Asus. And now Asus is starting to become scattered all over the place. And now their boards seem to be 50-50 now with support, or longevity, I mean. Even with their Facebook support group I'm in, and used to be like great things. And now I just see a bunch of people complain about their other products besides motherboards, like for example, other 4070 Ti users are having coil whine now.
Ooh.
Mine still went away. I don't have that issue anymore. I really don't know whatever happened to that.
It must have just been some weird combination of things that got it exactly where it would make noise. But
And I'm gonna blame my house's wiring too.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that room was an
yeah.
addition. It is a little more modern compared to the rest of the house, but
it
Still.
hooks
Still gonna
back
blame
and
it.
hooks back to the rest of the house that is not so modern.
ugh. That's another project for probably next year, I'm sure, but different topic.
Yeah.
The only complaint I have with the board is it takes a really long time to post.
Interesting.
Like her Asus board, the moment you hit the power button, something came up on her screen.
do you have fast boot on?
About to say.
Because if you do, or if you don't, and you did on the other one, that would explain that.
X570 boards from MSI don't have fast boot.
What?
Oof.
My B550 does. I don't use it.
Yeah,
Is it-
B series does, not X series.
Seriously?
The higher tier board does not have fast boot.
Weird.
That's
Can
insane.
you do a BIOS update?
I did.
Damn.
Oh.
Yep.
Maybe you can run
There
like
was only one update from the one it was on. It must have been like recently built because it had a 2023 date on it.
Oh, well, I'm sure the new BIOS was for X3D chips.
Oh.
X3D chips and something about more RAM support or something. Like it can support
Of high-
4,000 megahertz RAM.
Higher bandwidth or something.
Insane for DDR4.
Yeah, I think you probably do. Mine could do like 4200. Yours is probably like 4666 or something,
Something around there, yeah.
One of those,
She
yeah.
only has a 3200 kit. I mean,
which is fine.
she only plays esports games and she does graphic design work. She doesn't need anything super fast.
So when you're saying with the boot speed, is it from when you hit the button to when the first thing pops up on the screen, or is it just
Yes.
the computer actually turning on?
No, like the first thing that shows up on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a good 10-15 seconds.
And maybe
Beef-
not
before
just
something.
the first, like not the Windows like login
No,
screen,
like
the first thing to actually pop up. on
That
the screen.
MSI logo
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the press key here
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
BIOS.
Okay,
Yeah, like
okay.
it's a solid
Wow.
10-15 seconds.
I
Okay,
will
mine's
notice.
not that long then.
I will notice that mine does take a while sometimes. If it's checking all the components, I can see like the individual LEDs check for each component.
Yes.
Sometimes it will take longer than others.
Yeah.
Because my monitor turns on when I hit the computer on. I'll click it, and my monitor will light up, and then have time to go back to power saving before it boots all the way.
It's fucking
Very
raining.
rare. Yeah, it's
Jesus.
Oh, it is rated.
yeah.
I thought that was your AC.
I thought about
So
putting
did
my
I.
bike inside. I probably should have.
But,
I mean, you still
I mean,
can.
you
You're not
I
adding
don't
much to
care
the
enough.
computer.
As long as it starts.
you have a back.
Wet seat.
back
I put
out
that. I put that inside.
We can pull
Okay.
it inside. You
Okay.
can blow it off with the air gun later.
I don't even care.
there.
You say that.
So
now.
as long as it starts.
Well,
Yeah. So is that issue? I've tried disabling startup items, and that didn't do anything. Their BIOS time through Windows still says 30 seconds.
yeah. If it's
Going from 10.2 to 30 is not great.
yeah, but that's kind of
And unfortunately, I'm not going to even. I don't want to rebuild her computer again. That's the specs that the board has. I think outweigh the two cons I have with it.
yeah. If startup time is really the biggest con, it
Just leave it running all the time like I do.
No.
save on power cycles. Your computer probably has like a dozen power cycles.
No, it does it every now and again because
It'll
I
do it on its
have
own.
what's the cyber power, the power shell management. No, it's not
Power
power
shoot.
shell.
Power
Power
shoot.
shoot management
APC
Yes.
power.
for my APC. So every time it loses power or gets
Brown
power
noise or
cycled,
something.
I get an email about it.
Oh, okay. That's
Sure.
nice. The other con I noticed is, at least with this board, and I had this issue with previous MSI builds I've done for other people, it is really fucking picky if you have RGB strips. You have to have specific kinds, even if it's the
Oh,
standard
yeah.
4-pin ones. They are fucking picky.
I can,
In the case, you're saying?
Like the strips like you buy separately to put anywhere in your case.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Same-
That's what I'm saying.
Industry standard 4-port ones.
Mhm.
If MSI doesn't like that one, you gotta buy a
Yeah.
new strip.
that's because it's MSI's Mystic Light
and
controller,
it's shit.
which is so
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah. Oh no, it sucks
Well,
ass.
okay. So now let me ask you this: have y'all ever found a decent, like, all-around lighting controller?
I've tried several of
I
them.
found an open source one, but it doesn't like to play nice with my G Skill RAM.
None of them work good
Yeah.
because
'Cause, like-
well, one I have Corsair RAM.
Mm-hmm.
Corsair locks their shit down.
IQ, yeah.
Yeah, they don't let anyone mess with it.
Well,
Used
I mean,
to-
like,
that
you,
used to be
you can,
so
you
good
can
of a
do
program,
solid
too.
colors, but like that's it. You can't do any of the lighting effects.
Right.
You
Yep.
can't address individual RGB
Yeah, no, it's
lights or
Yeah.
anything.
You need Corsair IQ to do their RAM, and that's all you can really use.
That's why I built mine
IQ
with all Corsair.
IQ
Cringe.
used to be so good too back in the day. and
There's
now
just so much
it's
garbage
such
on
shit
it.
of a toilet.
Yeah.
I like my RAM. I have the lights off because because everything on my computer is all EK. The block is, the fans are. So,
Oh yeah.
so they're all synced with each other and have the same like glow pattern. Where like the Corsair RAM is like super bright compared to it, even turned
Yeah.
down, and it won't ever match the colors. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
fine,
May
just
as
turn
well.
it, turn it off. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, no, there's no good all-in-one combiner RGB controllers.
Unfortunately.
Somebody should go make one.
Well, what you could do.
wink, wink.
Well, no, because it won't work with the RAM still. Never mind. So you could get an RGB hub and have it all run to there, but that won't do the RAM.
That's kind of
So
what IQ. Well,
IQ
my old Corsair case had like a weird
Had a
adjustable hub for that.
Yeah, they have
it did
a
work good. I will
Commander
say.
Pro
Yeah.
unit thing. Yeah,
I thought it was a little overpriced, but it
They are
did work
overpriced.
good when I had that. When I,
I
had
think
that
when I
case
bought
years
mine,
ago.
it was like 60 or like $100, and now they're like
yeah, mine
20.
was mine was like $80.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
expensive.
The pros on this board, though, I'm going to compare it to her 199 board, compared to at the time because I bought it new, my $399 X570 board from Asus.
right.
My board has 6 USB ports on the motherboard, just
Headers.
headers. Yes, thank you. No Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, and just standard 1 gig Ethernet. Her $199 motherboard, 2.5 gig Ethernet, Wi-Fi 6E, 9 USB 3.2 ports.
Oh,
Damn.
shit.
Mine are just 3.0. Hers are 3.2. She has 1 USB-C port that is 3.2 as well. Support, her case doesn't have it, but it has support where if your case had a USB-C port on the case, the motherboard has a hookup for it.
Sure.
And hers was $200 cheaper. And it has Bluetooth and some other standard in there. But
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck?
Other than
Well, how many years difference are those boards?
probably 3 essentially.
Yeah, no, yeah, I bought mine after we moved into the apartment. So yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty decent chunk of amount.
It
of time.
is, but it's like, fuck. I thought of upgrading it, but now I see how slow hers posts, so maybe
I
not.
say you should have taken the new board, gave her your old one. Just keep
I
cycling new
I
parts.
wouldn't do that to her. Oh, mine only has 2 M.2 Gen 3 slots. Hers has 3 Gen 4 slots.
They're all Gen 4?
They're all Gen 4.
That's wild. Yeah,
Like full size.
my
Damn.
my B550 has one Gen 4 and then a Gen 3.
Yeah.
It doesn't have,
So I'm gonna buy her another SSD after I have to drop her off to the airport in a few weeks and just put all her games on there.
spoil her.
Yeah, just spoiler. Well, because she can use it for tax write-offs.
That's the best reason to buy something.
Yeah, I've been saving I've been taking advantage of that 5% discount with that credit card, so she can just write it all off.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Sick.
That's all for Caitlin's computer. The only other topic I got we can save towards the middle or towards the end if we start talking about more tech.
Cool.
And I noticed it on my phone too. Spoiler, it's about the S23 Ultra.
That I've never noticed, so I guess we'll see later.
Well, I mean, you don't take pictures of yourself.
I do not.
So-
That is a true fact.
Oh, selfie mode? Jesus, I only use selfie mode when I'm like have to stick my phone inside of a server rack to take a look at something.
Yeah. Well, that's where I actually did something similar. I was trying to find a fucking port on the back of my computer, and I didn't want to pull it out, so I used a selfie picture to take it. But I noticed the issue there too.
What issue is it? Since we're already
Well, we may as well. Yeah, now that we're talking.
since we're already starting, let's just
Sorry,
do it.
Andy.
I was just gonna jump on something. But go.
So, the Galaxy S23 Ultra front camera has a weird distortion effect after the June update. Another update was released recently, but the issue is still there.
Well, at least
Common.
it's software driven.
It is software driven. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad lens curve or something.
Yeah.
They've noticed that, like, especially like if you're taking a selfie, when I've used it for like seeing if a cable is plugged on the back of my computer, I slightly noticed it there too. Like it seemed more closer than it really was.
Okay.
I noticed it when I was gonna take a selfie of laying on the cot that you gave me to test out. I just took a picture of me, and after a split second of looking at it, my face, especially around like my cheeks here, like got like more full. Like it at that point, it didn't look natural at all. Like I look fucking fatter than I do. So I thought, that's kind of weird. So then I grabbed my camera and I had it look like Gizmo was taking a selfie.
Sure.
And it fucking blew up his nose.
Oh my god.
So is it like the kind of AI like cleanup on the
Probably.
back end?
I turned that off and it still does it.
Ooh.
Weird.
Not
Well-
as bad, but
To be fair, this isn't the first time Samsung has been caught cheating on their pictures.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, when
the moon pics.
The moon pictures.
when I had my S6, even I remember that was controversial, where it would smooth out, like, and especially with guys, if you have facial hair, it would smooth it out to where it looked like it was like cartoon.
It'd be like
style.
a blurred picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when they finally turned it off. But I mean, where Samsung makes their phones in South Korea, that's popular on their social media is to have like smooth,
super smooth.
face,
Yeah.
smooth anything. Or,
yeah.
is over here, it's you want to see every fucking pore in your face.
Yeah. Sometimes you actually need to see detail.
Yeah.
I know I'm fucking ugly. Just give me the goddamn
Yeah.
picture.
It's crazy. It's crazy not having that problem because I just don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I was gonna say, I mean, you don't notice it either.
No, God, no.
Now it doesn't happen in portrait mode, but portrait mode sometimes I noticed even on my S10 and S21 Plus, unless if you edit it, normal portrait mode can be really aggressive in terms of blurring the background.
Sure.
This, I would say, has gotten a little better, but I still have to find myself having to edit it and turn it all the way down to like 1 or 2.
And that might be it just trying to process to make the center sharper. It's
Yeah.
adjusting the focal length when it takes it, trying to clean up the front more.
Yeah, it really loves to default to like 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which,
Jesus.
if you're outside, like if you're taking it outside, natural light, it looks pretty good. But if I were to do it here, I would want to probably not even use portrait mode, but like somewhere indoors, set it to like 1,
Yeah.
maybe 2, depending on the color tone of the lights.
And that just has to do with the focal length inside the camera of it.
Yeah.
It has an ideal range. It's probably like 3 feet or something.
Yeah.
Like if you're over that, it has to basically readjust to make it cleaner.
Yeah, for the back camera, it recommends at least 3 to 6, and it will somehow know if you're too close too. Like it'll tell you like how many feet to take back. It's that's kind of fucking cool.
Yeah,
But,
it's crazy the software they put in these things.
shit.
It's also fucking creepy.
I mean, yeah.
Bro, it's Samsung. They'd be totally fine with all of our data. What do you mean? You don't trust
Yeah,
them?
they're just as trustworthy as Google.
Yeah, you don't trust them with every ounce of your being?
I mean, it's my phone.
The
so
motherfucker, the
everything's in
2
there.
motherfuckers that have smart homes.
Yeah, nothing here is smart.
Well, okay. In my defense,
wait.
I will never get.
Hey, wait a minute.
Is that an insult?
Yeah, what the fuck?
It could be.
I will never get any smart locks.
Oh yeah,
Whatsoever.
No.
I find it funny of how many videos YouTube recommends me of like lockpicking lawyer, and it's like I defeated this $800 deadbolt that's
In
smart
30
with a
seconds.
fucking
Oh,
paper clip.
Those are so satisfying to watch.
They
though.
are, and it's just like, and this is the reason I'll never fucking get one.
To be fair, he defeats regular locks.
Yeah,
in
that
less
too.
time.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
too.
I just need a number pad. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I don't need to lock it for my phone.
This
If
is-
I forget to lock it when I leave home, that sucks.
This is the master lock model number, and just wax on the table.
And it's open.
You're just like,
I
oh,
love
well,
those.
It's like,
Or
I'll,
like-
I'll do it again to prove it's not a fluke. Hits it again, it's open. You're like, man, I should not use locks at all. It's pointless.
Or like the UFI cameras.
You buy cameras that
Mhm.
steal
They're
your
owned by
data.
Anchor. Yeah, like stealing data. Like if I have an inside camera and they're stealing my data and some fucker overseas wants to see my cock and balls, go for it. You know?
Whack.
What do I have to lose?
Somebody's gonna see my
I mean, the
hairy ass.
big problem with that Eufy camera is that it said it was all local,
And it
clearly
wasn't.
But it
isn't.
wasn't. Yeah, no, I could see that shit in VLC.
Yeah, if it's going in the cloud anyway, you're like, I might as well get one I can
Yeah.
access from the cloud that doesn't brag about it being
Which
local.
I still have to install it, but that floodlight does have local storage. You don't have
That
to use the
helps.
cloud.
Which you'll use the cloud
Mine
anyway,
has the
probably.
local
I might. We'll see. We'll see what the quality looks like.
I mean, then you can check it from wherever.
anywhere.
Yeah.
That helps.
I
a
have
lot.
mine hooked up like that.
Yeah, and it goes
Dude.
off all the time. It's like motion detected.
Yeah, but
I
I
know,
would
that's why I
rather
have to
have
get-
motion detected and there be nothing there than to have somebody be banging on my front door and it never picked anything
Yeah.
up.
That's why I give you and Tori warnings when if I'm like picking stuff out of your garden. Like it's me if your phones are going nuts.
Eh. But
I was planning to like dive bomb your cameras and
I was gonna say you fucking.
I've
moon
seen
them.
enough of your fucking ass.
Yeah, I know. I've seen your ass more than
Yeah.
I've seen mine.
you know.
Now, I will say, I think the tech needs to get a little bit better for me to buy one, and it's gonna sound crazy when I say it.
The floodlight, you mean, or like?
No, just locks.
Oh.
I
okay.
think if I was gonna get one, it would be not NFC. What's the other one?
RFID.
Yeah, RFID, but
Oh.
it has a 64-bit encryption,
That-
and
thought-
then I would just get the capsule put in my
Could
hand.
just be like me
I
and
thought
live in
you-
a nice neighborhood and leave your fucking doors unlocked.
Nope.
well, you have an
There's a
attack
crack
dog.
dealer
Yeah,
who lives
yeah, I
next.
might
Well,
have
an
to-
ex-crack dealer who lives next to me.
I thought you had an issue with RFID
I don't know. Fucking one
Marcus
of them.
has an
with
issue with
debit
everything.
cards,
I don't know.
despite
No.
them using higher than 64-bit encryption,
Those
and the
are-
key changes every time you use it.
Whatever. I can't remember fucking which one it is then.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah, get Flipper zeroed.
I want to buy one so bad.
They're just $200. Just
No,
spend the
they
money.
got cheaper now.
Just spend
I
the
think
money.
they're
Oh boy,
like
cheaper than a plane
185.
ticket.
No, I think they're about
savings.
160.
Okay, buy
I'll look
one.
it up.
You could own
Christ.
one. They're not illegal.
I do get paid tomorrow. I could treat.
Hey, same.
I
You're-
could treat myself.
Don't even
with
lie.
a little
You're
treat.
not buying shit. We all know.
Speaking
you.
of getting paid,
yeah, speaking of getting paid,
Oh?
what's the what with that?
One-
I'm gonna be
170.
so fucking poor. I've
All
done the
right.
math.
All right.
What did you do?
I bought a Harley and I shouldn't have.
Well, yeah,
Oh, well,
we're-
duh.
yeah, we're all already
Yeah.
aware of that long before you did that.
I'm surprised you
Yeah.
didn't do the math before you.
I
bought it.
did.
That's what a usual
did.
sane person does. But you still bought it.
He did
Yeah.
the math really poorly. Is
Oh.
the difference?
Yeah, basically. I also got
Uncanny.
it. Well, a little bit, but yeah, no, I just did the math really bad. And I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be leaving this trip with basically $0 in savings, maybe $3,000 in my checking,
You
and
got
I'm
a
gonna
credit
come
card?
back. Yeah, I
with
do.
nothing.
No, I have $2,000 on the card, just about a little under. Yeah, a little under. I'll be coming back to no job and potentially no job for a while because it's going to be the end of the season. So I'm really hoping that I get a job after I come back
You're-
off of the out of work
Do
list.
do you have enough to support yourself during this?
He could just sell one of his dozen cars.
That's what I was leaning towards. I'm probably going to have to sell the Fusion because it's the most sellable,
Yeah.
the most reliable. Like I'm into it the most. Like I'll get more out of it than what it's worth.
Oh, okay, that's
I
for
mean,
the one I
you've,
have
done,
into
you've
it,
done
so-
a good amount of work on it though, too.
Not really. I mean, oh yeah, kind
Well,
of.
it looks
yeah.
better on the
Yeah, oh yeah,
outside,
it
yeah.
does. Yeah.
You could also
That's
sell
what most people fucking care about anyway now.
You could just sell the one car that you haven't driven all year long.
That's
I
true.
tried and it didn't work the first time. So, and now I need to put a
wire?
throw the
Really?
Cobra. I need to put a throwout bearing in the Cobra to be able to test drive it, and then once I do that, hopefully get a buyer, or also put a Holly on it and actually make it like reliable and like have people be like, oh, it's got a Holly on it. It's so much more like user friendly instead of this stock computer nightmare of a fucking drag car build shit.
But they don't know that until you tell them that.
Yeah, correct.
Just put a Holly sticker up there.
Yeah, that'll work.
People don't know the fucking difference.
This isn't a 1997 Chevy TBI. You can't just put a Holly sticker and pretend it's fast.
Yeah, no, they'll know very fast.
Anyone who knows what the Holly sticker means will know when it's
Yeah.
not there.
Now, are you wanting to replace this with like another fast car, or just are you kind of
No,
done with
I'm really leaning towards a not at all fast car.
that? Okay.
And having like money again.
Yeah, having money. If I were to replace that, it'd probably be with a 65 Ford Galaxy.
Okay.
And eventually put a 6-liter Power Stroke in it. That's the long
Okay.
shot dream. I do want to own a really old
Why would
car,
you make
though,
it more unreliable?
Because this sounds cool.
because turbo noise.
It'll sound cool. Right.
And
I'll just order you an
uh,
exhaust whistle on Amazon for $6.
Shit.
and
Or you can
have
do
the
what I'm
same
going to do to
thing.
the Fusion this
Yeah.
winter.
I do want to own an old car, like something with a carburetor, because I've never owned a car with a carburetor that I've gotten to work on.
right.
So I kind of want to like get used to doing that and fucking around with it. And
Okay.
just like drive around a big old boat. It just seems appealing to me because like I don't drive. Even if the Cobra was running, I really wouldn't drive it that much because I can't really haul my dog around in it. I don't really have any like reason to drive it other than like go to car shows, go to like drive around on the weekend specifically.
And
I'm like,
since you bought a Harley, you're going to use that instead.
yes.
I was say that's
Yeah.
oh,
And
so
the
I guess that's
Harley-
a fun vehicle then.
Yeah, yeah. The Harley is like quick enough to where I'm like, I get my rocks off to that, you know.
Well, this is when you sold your last Harley, you sold it because you got the Cobra and you were going to drive the
Yeah.
Cobra.
Oh,
if
it's
it was
full
nice
circle.
out.
yeah,
Like now
Basically,
you
yeah.
have a Harley that you want to ride, so you'll sell the Cobra that you're not using.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, also, if I free up the cash that I have in the Cobra, I'll probably, which I was waiting to do this like while I make the money instead of like just like repositioning the money. I was planning to get a adventure bike, specifically a Yamaha Tenere 700, which is an adventure bike.
What was that again?
TNERE 700.
Is that the one that was?
It's the one we
at-
saw at Badlands,
Badlands.
on the showroom floor. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I saw somebody in town with the Badlands sticker on there. I was like, oh,
I mean, it's a
There's a
it's
couple,
a big
yeah.
park.
Yeah.
A lot of people around.
I was
have been to
thinking
it.
of getting one. I just didn't want to pay $40 for a small decal.
Oh, the
Oh
sticker.
yeah,
I thought-
the
Anyway.
sticker. I thought you meant the bike. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah,
No,
yeah.
not the bike.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yamaha
the bike
brothers.
No, if I'm getting a
So-
bike, I'm getting a Honda Navi.
Yeah,
or
so I was
Grom
really-
first.
I was
get a
I was,
Grom. Fuck the Nabbies.
I was dead set on the Harley Pan America adventure bike, but that is a $25,000
Yeah, it's
investment.
a bit expensive.
Which for a Harley, or no, it was like 22 out the door. Which for a brand new Harley is not that bad, but it's also a little bit heavy, a little bit big. It's more of the touring for
Yeah.
adventure touring.
Yeah.
Whereas the Tenere is more of a dirt bike than a adventure bike.
You know what
So-
bike I kind of want next?
that?
Minus my R1, a little TW200.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Fuck
that
yeah.
things are fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet. Big fat tires and
I
shit.
saw somebody driving it in town the other day. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I want one.
But yeah, if I do sell the Cobra, I'd be looking towards a Tenere 700, but also just paying off all the loans and shit that I have because that's just the biggest money.
Yamaha Bros.
So then, do you
Dump I
sell
have.
your Harley if you buy the Yamaha or no?
Possibly, I basically have I've given the rights of selling it to a family friend because he was also interested in buying it when I bought it.
Right.
So I'll get exactly what I paid for out of it.
oh, that's kind of fair.
Yeah,
That looks really fucking good.
Yeah,
Which
there's
one?
Wow.
the Yamaha.
The 24s have some actually really cool features on them.
they're super
I saw they
I-
were coming out with them, and I knew there was updates. I have not.
I don't know
looked
how
into
to
it.
feel about the weird tablet screen.
Turn
on
the
it now.
screen.
Yeah, that's one of the tablet is one of the new things. But that's
Yeah.
about it. There's
I
not
don't know if-
many. There's more like ABS settings, I think.
Yeah, it's like you get 3 modes. let me find
Either
it.
way, it's the bike itself is great, regardless if it
it
has
is.
these 2024 updates or not. But
Um,
those are only like 12 to 15.
Yeah.
That's not
and you
bad.
could probably buy like a 22 with like 1,000 miles on it.
There's
or something.
I'm in the group on Facebook, and there's a lot of people who are like who fully mod them out, so they probably have $5,000 in mods, and they sell them for what they bought them for. I'm
Yeah.
like, that would
Yeah.
be best case
Okay.
scenario.
So the previous models used to just be able to turn ABS on or off.
Mm-hmm.
Now with this one, you get 3 modes. Mode 1 activates it ABS on both wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Mode 2 enables it on the front wheel only. And mode 3 turns ABS off for both the front and rear. Oh, okay. Okay, so you can turn it off. Okay.
You basically get a 50% ABS by using one wheel, which
That's cool.
Yeah, for the people who are like, I trust myself to ride on dirt, but I also want the protection of like, let's just make sure ABS still works.
Yeah.
Mostly on the front wheel so you don't wash out in low side.
Yeah.
Whereas before if you turn it off, you have full capability of just crashing your shit.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do still have the front ABS, you're more likely to keep the front end up.
And I mean, with you having raced dirt bikes for fucking 10
Yeah,
years.
this is for people who are like, oh, I'm kind of debating about an adventure bike, and this is Yamaha just being like, oh, like I really want more options and stuff.
Yeah, no, you'll be on the street dragging the rear brake. It's not,
Oh yeah,
or you'll go to do it, the ABS will kick and bounce you off the thing. But
yeah,
having it just on or off honestly seems easier to me anyway.
yeah. That's not the selling point really, but yeah, the whole bike in general is just really really nice, and I'm kind of wanting to do more cross country off-roading style trips, like basically like our Washington trip and soon to be Maine trip. It's that, but I get to ride out there on a bike and then camp off of the bike. I would do like a little cot setup or something, and then just kind of
Nice.
do more of that basically.
I have seen
awesome.
recently, I can't remember the name of the manufacturer, but some decently well-known brand makes motorcycle tents. So it's like a pull-in, you put your bike in there, or you push your bike in there,
Yeah.
and then the other half is your normal tent
Yeah,
style thing.
yeah. A lot of them are like canopy,
Yeah.
canopy and hammock based.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah, it's almost a carport just for a bike. Interesting.
Yeah, they got some cool stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, that'd be the only place that my money goes besides
Go to
old car itinerary and then pay off all the loans and shit. So
And that makes
so I don't have
sense.
any more
Being
payments.
responsible. What a guy.
We'll see. But fucking yeah, I was doing the math and I'm like, yeah, I'm really not as set up as I thought I was. I'm really hoping when we come back that it's still busy enough in the work season that I can go find some work.
I'm sure you can figure something out.
Well, and didn't they say they wanted to do that whole highway?
Yeah, but he's not going to work there anymore.
Yeah, I'm leaving
Oh,
the company. They might hire me back. Like I'll be back on the out of work list. So as long as there's not more people on the out of work list and they have the work for me, they could hire me back, but it's not a guarantee, especially me being off for a month. Like I told, and my boss was like, I'd love to try to give you, and just say, yeah, like we're just not going to pay you this whole time, but it's going to raise flags with the owner. It's going to raise flags with every other worker who's like, well, we can just fucking take a month off. It's like, no, I'm fully quit. I have to fully quit in order to do this. Just because that's how our vacation is set up through the union and stuff.
The fact that like they seem to understand kind of what you're trying to do.
Oh, yeah. My boss is really, really reasonable, and I told him I also work between two locations, and I told him like it's not the location that you like govern. It's not the place that we're at right now. It's the other place. It's the other place is really terribly ran and just misorganized all the time, and lack of funding and fucking tools and everything else. It's just a shit show. So
Sure.
he's like, oh, I get it. And I'm like, I really hope you do. Like, you've been good to me, but it's just a matter of I don't want to be there the rest of my life by any means, because my dad has been there his whole life, and don't like how I don't want to be him. I don't want to be in his business.
You don't want to lose a middle finger?
Well, that too.
Your dad doesn't have one of his middle fingers?
Yeah,
What the fuck? You don't know this?
I'm surprised Nick remembered that. Yeah,
Because they showed me when we were doing activities last year. Because I asked him like, "Hey, your son told me about how you're missing a finger. Oh, this one?
Yeah, so he had a conveyor. They were moving conveyors at work, and he had it. He was putting a wooden block under the tail pulley of it to prop it up, basically, and it slipped off the skid steer's fork or something along, or forklift's fork or something, and it just came down onto his finger in between the conveyor and the block, and so he lost basically like that much.
Oh,
Like
Yeah, it's not
bad.
too
He still
much.
grows a nail on his middle finger.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a little guy.
So he's not missing his finger. He's missing
Well,
his
he's missing the
fingertip.
top knuckle up, but there's a little bit of nail that still grows, and so he has to file it down. He uses sandpaper all the
I was
time.
gonna say that's gotta
Yeah.
hurt if you were like trying to.
It doesn't
cut
hurt. No, I say it doesn't really hurt. The only thing it's really, really weather sensitive now. So like when it starts to get really cold, he starts bitching all the time. He's like, and he's like, I don't.
My fucking
He's like, I don't
fingernail.
need hot hands, but I put one in my underneath my middle and ring finger because that's where they're cold all the time. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say, what if he just got bought a pair of gloves and just cut out like the middle finger one, just like.
Yeah, just the one
Or
finger.
he could just go get the nail removed.
Well, I don't think it's that. I think it's
that
more
costs
than
money.
just that.
It's the tip of the
Insurance.
finger.
Yeah, the whole tip of the
it's cheaper
finger
to
is
bitch about
sensitive.
it.
Yeah.
So either way.
Kind of like my teeth.
But yeah,
Are you
I don't
still
want to.
having teeth issues, Nick?
Well, are you?
Oh yeah,
I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah,
you.
no, I'm gonna be really poor. So
No, I don't have teeth issues, and this is where it's really fucking confusing. So was it last week we went to 4-star?
Fuck, I don't know. I can't remember what I did yesterday.
Fuck me, unbelievable. We're just gonna say it was last week.
Okay.
Last Sunday before I Caitlin and I were to get lunch with him and Tori's family. I had like a level 6 toothache, like around the left side of my jaw.
Was
Here,
it coming up to your ear?
What?
Was it coming like down to the bottom and up to your ear?
No, it was just like my jaw hair.
Huh,
I shouldn't.
weird.
I shouldn't call it a toothache. It wasn't even my teeth that were hurting me. It was like my jaw hair. It just kind of like kept coming and going. It was just very pulsating. Like after we ate food, it kind of died down to around like a 3 or 4. But I took some Advil before we went swimming at your parents' house later.
That would have been Sunday then, yes.
Yes, and then it was gone until the upcoming Monday at around like 5 or 6 p.m. It came back. So I took 2 more Advil, and I just thought like I either have a cavity or one of the feelings I got like when I was a kid or in high school just went away. So now I haven't been to a dentist in a while because I'm just gonna name drop them. Alliance Dental has sucked shit out of the toilet ever since Billard left.
Yep.
And the 2 dentists, I don't know if they have the same 2 dentists since the last time I went there in 2020, 2021. One would tell me one thing, and the next appointment, the other would tell me a complete opposite thing.
Oh, that's never good.
I gave them like a year to kind of see if they would say the same opinion, and never was it.
Question: Alliance Dental, did they have a prior office or just this new one that's been there?
Yeah, they used to be across from the root beer stand. It's empty now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that used to be their office for
I didn't know that was
years.
what that was called.
Yeah,
because
yeah. Well,
I saw the new building and I'm like, okay, like why are there so many fucking people who go here? Like, was everybody really in that desperate need of a fucking dentist?
Well,
like
when
just
Billard
seemed
was
like-
there, he was
I'll say
the dentist.
It just seemed like everybody was like, "Oh my god, like fucking, we got to go to Alliance now." I'm like, "Where? Like, what the fuck is like where is this like customer base coming
Billard,
from?"
When Billard was there, he was the dentist to go to in the area, and he was there up
I
until
didn't go to a dentist for like 10
he
years.
was there
Same.
like until like 3 years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago was when he got pushed out
Okay.
of his practically own practice
of his own business.
Yeah. And he didn't even get a chance to say like bye to like any of his patients. He had to like buy him personally. He had to buy an ad space in the paper saying that he is no longer with them. And he said like, I wish I got the chance to say goodbye to you all in person, but this will have to do.
Wow.
So I'm just
fuck?
like, wow. Yeah.
Damn, small town drama.
Corporate
I
structure.
used to see him at the last bank that I used to work at, so he kind of gave me the tea a little bit. But yeah, like they would always tell me like I need to get my top wisdom teeth out, but then one dentist would be like, "Well, if they're not bothering you, there's no cavities there, then they can stay in there."
I've heard the same thing about mine.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
from the same dentist.
Yep, I've heard the exact.
And they
same
were only
story.
Same
2 years,
building?
3 years apart. Yeah, the same person, the same technician and like doctor, I guess.
Yeah.
They were like, when I first came in, they were like, "Oh, hey, like, you know, you should get them out, but if they don't bother you, it's okay." I'm like, "Okay,
Right.
cool." Well, I came back after I chipped my tooth, thinking that my bottom wisdom teeth were like pinching my teeth together, and that's like it. When I chipped it, it just popped. I didn't actually like. I wasn't eating anything.
Yeah.
It was just the tension that my tooth was under my on my bottom jaw.
Yeah.
Just popped it. I'm like, "Oh, well, that sucks." And they were like, "Oh no, you probably just chipped it earlier in the day and you didn't really realize." I'm like, "Okay, that's possible."
Yeah.
But then they were like, "Yeah, you should really probably get your wisdom teeth taken out." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then we did a scan, and then turns out I don't have bottom wisdom teeth. I thought the bottom wisdom teeth were pushing it all together. Turns out,
But they told you that's what it was.
No, I thought that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
And so, but they were like, yeah, like you don't really need to get your wisdom teeth taken out. It's no big deal. This was 3 years ago or 4 years ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then I just came back in because I was like, hey, my tooth chipped and I need to at least get that fixed. But also, we should look at my fucking teeth and see if I need to get them taken out so that I don't keep popping teeth, basically.
Yeah.
And when I did, they were like, oh, yeah, you don't have bottom wisdom teeth. Like, they just never grew. I'm like, oh, cool. They're like,
Interesting.
so about your top teeth, we should probably get them taken out. I'm like, well, I don't, like, they've never bothered me once. Like,
Right.
the problem teeth are the bottom, not the top.
That's because
I don't
insurance
know.
companies pay them.
Yeah.
for
But
it.
yeah.
That's why everything's
I
so
don't really
fucking
care.
expensive.
A
Anytime
little
you
off
go over
topic,
that.
but those fuckers put 2 crowns in my mom's teeth when she didn't need them.
Oh, Alliance? Dude, Alliance is
Yeah.
like known for putting too many fucking crowns
Yes,
in.
because then she eventually switched dentists because they told her she had like fucking 6 cavities.
Yeah. Was
Am
it-
I-
I was
am
saying, was
I-
it you telling me that, Brian? That
Oh, yeah.
like
They do it
so many
Yeah.
fucking crowns.
Everybody.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody who's went there at some point, they're
Has
like,
bitched about too many crowns.
if
Yeah.
and anytime they go to a new dentist, they're like, yeah, you don't need crowns.
Yeah,
we can. fill
I've
that
heard
today."
this. I've heard this like
over
5-6
over.
times by other, like a lot of people are like, no, they got paid bank on all the
Yeah.
crowns, and I'm assuming they're still doing it, but
Oh,
and
yeah.
my mom switched to the dentist I'm seeing now, and he asked her, like, do you know why you have 2 crowns on these teeth? And my mom just said, they just told me I needed them. And he's just like, no.
That's one of the only professions we
Yeah.
just blindly judge
He was,
whatever they say.
he was like, kind of, from the way when my mom told me the story, like, her new dentist actually seemed like really upset about that. Like,
as they should be.
yeah, just like, I'm sorry you had to pay for that. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't need this.
because one of them's just making shit up and kind of
Yeah.
giving them a bad name. Like it makes sense to be upset about it.
Right. And that, that makes people afraid to go to the dentist. Me. That's why I put it off for.
I don't give a
See, now
fuck.
who's-
I was just too lazy to go.
Well, and then COVID happened too, and you
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
fucking schedule an appointment when it
Oh, I
first
didn't
happened
even
too
give a
either.
crap. The only reason I went to a dentist, the last time I went was okay. So the second to last time I went was probably 6th or 7th grade year. I was still going to the children's dentist in Ottawa.
Yeah, you told me this story. Yeah,
Then I went one
Child.
time. It would have been probably within the first 6 months to a year out of high school. So this would have been 5 years ago, over 5 years ago.
yeah.
The only other time I went back was because my tooth chipped. And then
Is this the same child dentist that had the gigantic windows in the back
with the river.
with the river?
Yeah.
Okay, I know exactly. Hey, they were.
I
know what they were
forget that I
talking
tell
about.
you guys, or did you go there, or did
Yeah,
I
I
just
went
tell you?
there.
Oh, okay, yeah. I went there until like 6th grade, and I was, dude, it's weird being the only middle schooler in the fucking like
was saying, didn't they, like,
children's dentist.
Where the fuck did all these kids come from?
Well, didn't they lightly nudge your mom like, "Hey, you should probably
Yeah,
see
no.
a dentist?"
We were at the checkout or so, like the paid counter, I guess, and they're just kind of like, yeah, it's probably about time he goes to like an adult dentist. I'm
He's
like,
getting too big for our chairs.
I'm just a baby. What do you mean?
Being baby is a full-time job, and I'm committed to it.
Yeah.
See now, Nick,
Yeah.
where? I mean, you don't have to name him if you don't want to, but where do you go now?
I go to Dr. Ludford now.
Where's he at?
He's across from Stone Drug.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I have to double check if they take the new insurance I'm gonna have to go on in 2 months.
See,
Because
I'm in that same boat.
Now,
I gotta
technically,
switch.
he is out of network out of my dad's insurance, but my dad's insurance, because union moment here, even if you're in or out of network, they still cover 80%.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So, and that was my birthday gift this year, is my dad telling me, you have 2 months left of my insurance, get what you need
Yeah.
done, and I will cover it. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Fair.
Nice.
Anyway, back to the original story here. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it kept coming back at exactly 6 p.m. Except for that Friday before we went to Texas Roadhouse. It didn't come back. I brought the thing of Advil just in case if it was going to come back later that night. Never returned. Woke up Saturday, wasn't there. Ate a bunch of food at that food truck festival when you guys came over. Didn't bother me then. And same on Sunday. Because that Thursday was when it was really starting to fucking bother me. And I got so tired of taking Advil. Because it probably isn't good for me taking 2 Advils for 4 or 5 days in a row.
Fuck it.
You ever met a like union laborer? They'll
Yeah, I
take
was saying.
5 every hour.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah.
Brian's brother.
Yeah, he will.
My brother and my dad.
They will do an inhuman amount of Advil in a day.
Start snorting
Now, is it bad for you? Absolutely.
Right.
Does it matter?
it. Good for heart
It
health.
takes the pain away for a little bit, and it's worth it.
Because I called them before I went into work and just said if there's any chance I could get on a cancellation point, because like it's getting bad, yada yada yada. They called me back and said, "Oh hey, we had a cancellation Monday. You want to just come in on like 1 or 2 o'clock?" I'm like, "Perfect. I'll just take a half day at work."
And you're just like, no, not really, but okay.
The only count at this office, they're only open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
I mean, it's a healthy work schedule. I
Monday,
guess, but-
Tuesday, Thursday, they are open the same exact hours as the bank. Wednesdays, they close at 6. But Wednesdays, and this is when I found out when I had my appointment, Wednesdays is when they're always booked till close because that's when everyone can get in.
which makes sense.
But yeah, after I make that phone call is when it stops bothering me. So when I go in there that Monday, I explain the issue I had to the hygienist or whoever you see before you actually see the dentist.
Hygienist or technician.
Yeah,
whatever,
okay. Did whole x-rays of my mouth and everything, and she's just like, your teeth actually look okay, but obviously the the two dentists here, they'll look over it and see if they can see something that I don't see or anything. They looked at the x-rays too. Both of them looked at my mouth too, because I guess just to have us
Inspection.
double check it. Yeah. And they said, like, no, for not going to the dentist for 2-3 years, your teeth actually look great. There's no cavities.
Nice.
If anything, there's just a lot of plaque, so I gotta get a deep cleaning done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only thing that they bitched about with me, I went
Same.
5 years in between. They were
Yeah.
like, "Do you floss?" I'm like, "I ain't
Fuck
flossed
no.
since you done it 5 fucking years ago, man." I'm gonna be honest.
I will say,
since then I have picked up a water pick, and I do enjoy using it every now and
Okay.
again.
I
Caitlin
was just gonna
raves
say-
about her.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It feels
'cause,
good.
like, you know, like when you kind of get that like bumpy plaque on the inside of your bottom teeth. Usually,
That's what
like,
they found.
When I
yes.
get that, I always take Tori's water pick and just go to town, and that kind of just gets a little bit of it off.
we
It's
talk about
still
an
not
ick?
as good as a clean.
One of my icks. Fucking
No.
people who are okay with sharing a toothbrush.
Oh,
I don't care. I don't care if you're dating or if it's just like you're
That's
hanging or
fucking
you're at a
gross.
sleepover or something. Dude, my sister, she's used my own. Like she would like stay the night at my house for whatever reason.
rather
She
brush
wakes up
my teeth with my
and she's like, I
finger.
see her brushing her teeth. I'm like, I have spares, and she's like, oh, I just use yours. I'm like, oh God, no. And so I'm like, throw that one away.
Yep.
I'm
That
gonna grab a
one's
new
yours
one.
now.
I have like 5 extra
You
toothbrushes
just go get the value
at all
pack.
time.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, I do not want anyone to
That's
touch my
gross.
tooth.
No, that's just fucking gross.
That
in
like
general.
I use it to clean shit off of my teeth.
Yes.
Like I don't want anybody else's shitty teeth fucking yuck stuff
Yeah.
on my toothbrush.
You've got shit on your teeth,
Yes, I do.
British.
and you're worried about sharing a toothbrush.
You know what's
Yeah,
even funnier
exactly.
is so Tori will, she keeps track of all that shit. So she'll like, I'll just randomly wake up.
Oh my god.
Man, today is falling apart.
Buddy.
It's been too long of a week.
How many drinks you in, buddy?
Like
14.
I don't
Not
know.
enough.
There's like a triple in there.
Well, you can see how much is out of the
it's hitting,
bottle.
apparently.
That's a brand new bottle.
Yeah.
It's not much.
But
anyway.
Very
so I'll just randomly wake up, get up, go brush my teeth, and I look down. It's like my toothbrush color changed again. Because
you can't tell by the bristles,
Because Tori changed the toothbrush.
dude. I
She
can
changes
tell.
them.
You don't change it regularly?
She does.
Oh, I just change it whenever I'm
changes
like,
all of
damn, that's
them.
looking real blown out right now.
I think you're supposed to change it out like every 3 to 6
Yep,
months.
Tori
Yeah,
does.
something like that.
Sometimes I go
I
every
forget about
year.
it.
Sometimes every go, 3-4
It depends.
months.
Like if
It depends. It depends how bad the bristles are. Like fucking.
I
blown
prefer-
Out, literally.
All right.
the firm bristles.
Oh, dude, extra fine.
because you just gotta you gotta get in there.
Extra fine bristles, dude. That's the only way to go.
What? No, 'cause
My-
then
dude, my-
they get all fucked up. They don't get in there.
I have a water pick, bro. I'm in the fucking.
Okay, I'm
no,
only
even
gonna use
before
a
that.
goddamn water pick if something
No.
is stuck in my teeth.
No, like even before that though, like fucking my gums can bleed from fucking looking at them wrong.
You're just a bitch.
So I'm like, nah, fuck this shit. I'm using once I found out there was extra fine or extra soft bristles, I'm like, bro, this is a game changer.
And that's part of the reason I have to have a deep clean done is because he like lightly poked at my gums and they fucking bled.
Well, yeah, they love to stab you and be like, "It's 'cause
Oh
you
no,
don't floss."
it was like light pressure.
Yeah, no, mine's not like terrible, but no, like if like every time if I have to use a regular bristle brush, I'm like, dude, fuck this, it hurts. I don't like this shit.
hurt. My gums hurt.
Man,
But,
I never could have.
tires.
I never could have predicted we'd spend 25 minutes talking about
Dude, we
teeth
okay,
dentist.
how
this
about-
has been the
how about we
most
change it
random
up?
Ending
podcast.
arguments here.
Closing statement.
Bring it on.
Didn't
I have a
find,
tech thing after this, so
Okay.
That's
And I have
Did-
2 things after you.
Didn't find any cavities, so I said, like, do you know why my mouth would be hurting? He just said,
because you a bitch.
basically said, "Hey, have you considered you're making it up?"
he just said at that point it could be your nerves, but if that's the case, then you're gonna have to see a regular doctor for that.
Get fucked.
So I said,
Root
"Oh, all right."
canal.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I thought it was at first. It was like, oh fuck, my feelings are so bad, I gotta get a root canal. But he said, no.
Nice.
And he showed me all the X-rays, and like
Well,
my
that's
teeth
good.
look sick.
It just turns out Kate's been punching you in the She just rolls over and whacks you under the jaw, and you're just like, "Man, I hurt today."
The fuck did I do today?
And that day they got my records from Alliance, and he just said like, yeah, the 4 cavities they supposedly found, there's no 4 cavities in your mouth.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no
Honestly,
surprise.
You love to get scammed sometimes,
So-
you know.
2 weeks
yeah.
I'll have a review on my first round of deep cleaning. Jason just had one done too, so
And you have a bruise on the other side from where Kate's fucking elbowing you into sleep. It's where Gizmo hopping up on the bed,
That's where Gizmo hops in the bed at night.
bouncing on you.
Does like a rabbit thump, the super fast, like, drrrr. Yeah.
When I lived at home, my parents' dog would only sleep with me and Ben.
Same.
If she was having a dream where she was like running in her dream, she'd
Kick the shit out of you.
kick me in the head all the time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, been there, done that.
I'll say Blue always
Rip, buddy.
She puts her ass to my face, like on my pillows,
Rips
and
it.
she fucking faces down to my feet. Every fucking time I roll over, I'm like, smells like fucking butthole. You motherfucker.
I remember when we left for our last trip, our Washington trip.
Yeah.
And I slept out on the couch.
Yeah.
And I was
She's a
like just
cuddler.
getting comfy, and I was like just
Yeah, she's the-
falling
it's-
asleep. And then Blue would just be like, wham! And it's, God damn it, dog, quit fucking touching me.
That's when she got.
gotta be touching you
Blue,
though.
settle down.
That's
I'm
when
trying
she
to
got
sleep.
up and went laid with me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was getting
Marcus
getting
being-
mad.
Marcus be cranky.
You know how I get with minimal sleep? Which is saying something because I only get like 5 hours of sleep a night anyway.
I say you only get minimal sleep. What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Yeah.
If I get 4, man, that's my fucking limit.
Speaking of getting minimal sleep, y'all remember staying up all night playing Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Not Call of
Modern
Duty
Warfare
specifically,
2,
but yeah,
Modern
video
Warfare
games, whatever.
2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops
yep.
2, Black Ops, or
Absolutely.
Modern
Did you
Warfare
get all
3.
of them?
I have them.
Yeah.
And guess what? The servers are
Oh,
up
that's
again.
right.
Yeah,
Are you
I know
playing
that.
hardcore
Oh, they
now?
went down for like
Yeah.
a issue, didn't they?
Well,
No, they've been down for a while just because of Activision has not kept up with their servers.
right.
Since
Don't
Microsoft
in their current
bought
games.
them,
Oh,
they
is buying
they well
Yes.
they relaunched the servers basically. It's been up for about a month now.
But
Beautiful.
you do not play on PC.
Oh no, I jumped on my Xbox.
On
Yeah.
on the Call of Duty servers, never play on PC. You will get hacked.
I
They
believe
are
that, yeah.
destroyed with
Yeah,
hackers.
they're bad.
I did
Like they will hack your computer, not your game.
Oh fuck me.
They have a nasty little exploit that'll sneak right through, and there's no way to patch it out. So
yeah, no, I'm on my Xbox, so I don't really care.
Xbox console, you're fine.
Yeah.
The worst you'll get is like, oh, you're 10th prestige now.
Yeah,
Congrats, you
I
know.
already have that on Modern Warfare 2. I jumped on. I really just tried to play Black Ops 1 was the first game I tried to do, but I was out of Xbox Live Gold, so I bought a 1 month trial of it because I'm like, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play this for maybe a month,
Yeah.
and then I'm just gonna be bored of it, so I don't really care.
That's what I do with
Um,
Battlefield
10
3 all the
bucks.
time.
For a month of Xbox Live Gold.
Well, didn't they just change it? Now it's like Game Pass.
Well, Games Pass
basic.
gives you free games that you can
Yeah.
play.
Yeah,
you
but
also have to
no,
have
I
that.
thought
I
they
don't
fully
have that.
ended
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Xbox or
I don't
Gold.
use- I don't use
Not on the console.
No, on the consoles.
They're going to.
Oh.
They're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll
I don't
be
know,
Games
but whatever,
Pass,
sorry,
whatever.
continue.
But yeah, so I bought a month's worth. I went back on to Black Ops 1. It continued to say this account does not have permission to play on Xbox Live, which is typically what you get from not having gold. I'm like, or not having Xbox Live itself. I'm like, okay, whatever. I played Black Ops 2. It was pretty bad. I just didn't care for it. Went on to Modern Warfare 2. Actually had a decent time.
Damn,
I
good old
cannot
M-Dub.
believe I've played on console so long.
Yeah.
It's so fucking bad,
It is,
dude.
yeah.
I am so fucking torn. Like I am swayed completely to PC now. It is
Those-
unbelievable.
Those rose-colored glasses are
Lord
looking real
of us.
hard.
Oh, they were dark colored
Oh,
rose glasses, baby. Oh
Like-
my god, it's
Yeah,
bad.
the
man.
controller sucks.
Well, it
I
wasn't.
still play like some games on
Oh,
controller
well, yeah.
on PC, but I'm like, dude, this like it's almost unplayable.
it's not like you're playing fucking CS:GO with a fucking controller.
Well, you're at
Oh,
30
yeah, it's
FPS
bad.
on a good day.
Yeah.
On
yeah.
console.
Oh, dude, it's
Like,
fucking bad.
and the graphics are poop,
Dude,
Like,
I
going-
wish I
Yeah.
kind of expected with jumping back to a game made in like fucking 07 or whatever.
Yeah, but it just hurts.
But dude,
hell,
yeah, no,
yeah.
it was pretty tough to play.
especially
Honestly.
playing on like a 4K TV or something. Like it's just blown out.
It was pretty
garbage.
bad.
On a
It's pretty
CRT, they looked fucking.
I had
great.
a good time though. Like once I really got into the groove of like Modern Warfare 2, I really had like a nostalgia blast and really started enjoying myself. But I'm like, yeah, fuck. I'm still pissed though because like when I first got my own Xbox, the first Call of Duty that was out was Black Ops 1. So that's my go-to game. Like regardless of
That's
if I'm
the
having a good
original
time or not.
OG.
Yeah, regardless if I have a good time or not, like that was my first Black Ops, or that was my first Call of Duty that I really dove into, and I was able to like prestige a bunch, and like all my friends were playing at the time, so I had everybody was playing it, and
Yeah.
every single day after school I'd fucking jump on. There was at least 20 people I knew playing it. I was like, this is
yeah.
fucking awesome. And I'm like, I fucking love that game, so I was really wanting to do it. I tried it 3 times throughout the day after I bought gold, and it still would not fucking let me play. So I'm like,
Weird.
what the fuck what do I do?
Weird.
I fucking unplugged the power brick. Like,
Did you Google it?
yeah, and it's just like, oh, it's because you don't have gold. I'm like,
But I do.
and then I just put in the search bar. I'm like, after you buy gold, then what? And nothing really came.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
screwed.
So I don't know. I might have to like actually contact support and have them like dive into the fucking my account or something. I don't know.
And you think they care about a game that's fucking 10 years old? Like,
Probably not, but I hope. We'll see.
the fact that the servers are even open is wild.
Yeah,
It is,
like I said,
yeah.
I had a good time on Modern Warfare 2. I really want to play Black Ops 1 still.
I mean, you could play it locally, but
Yeah, it's not the same.
no.
No.
I am what is it, 15th prestige in Black Ops 1?
Man,
Sick.
that's
I
crazy.
played it so much, like, because I had gotten my Xbox probably like 6 months after Black Ops came out.
Are you playing on 360 or what?
At the time I was. I'm
Right-
on
right now.
my one now.
Oh, that might be
okay.
why Black Ops 1's not working. Because there's a 360.
Well, I
game.
played Modern Warfare 2 on my 360.
That probably
Or
had a
on my one. I
that
mean.
probably
It
had
has
a longer
compatibility,
probably had a
though.
better support life. Now, Black Ops 1 is compatible, but
Yeah, they all should be, but yeah, I still have a 360 right there. I could just play
you
it
could
on
try that.
and try
and
it.
see. You know, maybe you can sign
the
in there,
true
and
Yeah.
then take it
experience.
off and go back to the one.
Or if I get permission through the 360, maybe it'll.
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
maybe it'll carry over to the one.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
I have seen weirder glitches where
Yeah,
you
I
have
might.
to sign
I might try that. I just kind of ran out of the day. I was.
Yeah, no,
that would have been Sunday, I think. Yeah, I think it was Sunday because I was like, damn, I'm pretty well caught up on all my projects. Don't really have much to do. I'm like,
kill some time.
huh?
Fuck.
I'm gonna fucking play some Call of Duty.
I said they've been up for a couple of weeks. It seems like most people are pretty happy with the servers.
Yeah, it's. I saw a couple YouTube videos of it up on it. I'm like, shit, that'd be kind of fun. Like, just fuck around with it a little bit.
Yeah, just do not play them on PC.
Yeah,
you will get
understandable.
absolutely hacked.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and honestly, like the player base wasn't bad. I got
Wasn't
into
completely fucking.
I got into
toxic.
one hacked game on Modern Warfare 2, which wouldn't have bothered me except for it was like the triple speed run. I'm like, like I don't care what happens. Like I can deal with like infinite noob tubers and fucking
Yeah.
enemy AC-130 inbound, like glitched audio to where it just screams at you the whole fucking match. Like I can deal with that.
But when
Yeah.
the actual game was like broken,
Yeah, no, like I just want to play the game and like try to get kills, and I couldn't even do that. I couldn't do it because I'm so fucking skewed on like my how I play now because of the PC.
240 hertz and actually running that quick, yeah,
I'm so fucked up with that.
you're jaded. Yeah, the term. for that.
Absolutely. Hey, make some more noise over there.
Your mic's muted anyway, buddy.
So sorry, I'm trying to just make another fucking drink and I had to open another pack.
Your mic was muted. They couldn't hear it anyway.
Oh fuck.
Goodness.
But yeah, so I did that on Sunday because Saturday I was busy trimming trees in the rain.
Yeah, that was a really bad way to do that.
Why were you trimming trees in the rain?
Well, so I woke up. We had a car show, a local car show on Friday night. My parents went up there.
Oh, the one in town?
Granville.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I went up there, hung out, and got way too drunk. Stayed out way too late.
Hell
figured.
yeah.
I'm-
Raise hell, praise Dale.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. Came back home, woke up at about 7 a.m. Not that hungover, took some Advil, looked outside. I'm like, it's fucking raining. I have no ambition to go get this fucking. I rented a man lift. And I'm like, I have no fucking ambition to go grab this thing. So fuck it. I'm going to wait till this Advil kicks in and I'm going to wake up in a little while and then go pick it up then when it's not raining anymore. Woke up at about 10 o'clock, went to Peru, picked it up, came back. I'm like, all right, start this bitch. I'm like, just kidding. It's still fucking raining. So about 12:30 rolls around. I'm like, I'm sick of fucking doing nothing in my house. I'm going to go out and do this because there's a break in the rain.
Yeah.
10 minutes later, as I'm like just getting the machine put into place, I started towing it with my 4-wheeler just because it was easier and I didn't want to tear up my yard with my truck. Pulled it around. It's a fucking heavy man lift too. It was overloaded like a motherfucker. It probably weighs 3,500 pounds
Yeah, it's
on the
heavy.
back of a 4-wheeler meant to tow
500.
500.
Yeah.
It was fucking on the ground squatted basically.
Nice.
Got it in a position, go up in the tree. First fucking branch I cut hits the ground and then it starts raining again. I'm like, motherfucker. Whatever. It's kind of hot.
I'm here. I might as well.
I was
keep
like,
going.
dude, I don't fucking care anymore. I need to get this tree trimmed. I had a whole nother one I wanted to like hack the shit out of. It's a giant oak tree, and so I had to reposition probably about 6 times because it's a double jointed scissor lift or man lift. So I think it's almost like how a scissor lift works. But because of that, I'm used to a straight boom scissor lift or man lift.
Not the same.
Not the same. And so I keep fucking getting pinched wherever I put the machine. I either can't do a full 360 because the first boom is too far out and it's going to hit the base of the tree, or I'm getting into position and I run out of, like, they don't telescope out very far. Mm-mm. They just go straight up mostly. And I'm like, it would work under better conditions, not necessarily under my like situation. So, but it was also only $280 for the weekend, and I also split it with one of my neighbors, and so he's probably gonna give me $100 just because he only used it for like a couple hours.
Yeah,
and so that worked out pretty good. But
I mean, you could have just came to our house and grabbed the 60-foot and just ran it down there.
I have to grab the semi and the flatbed, and
we got those.
Yeah, I can't drive the semi legally because I don't have my medical card. But
legally.
Other than that, I have the CDL.
Have you considered getting that?
I've not. The only reason I got my CDL was because my union is mandatory in order to upgrade from my C card to my top card.
Right.
So top, I wish. So I'm like,
a card to get top.
Got a whole card for it.
So I'm like,
it's a full card.
That's called a credit
It's
card.
like fucking AARP in this bitch.
That's when you whip out a platinum card. They're like,
fuck.
okay, that is top card.
shit. But yeah.
Is it at least metal?
No, my CDL is not metal. No, it's just a classification on my regular license plate or on my license.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
So yeah, the only reason I got my CDL was just to do that. But it's nice having it, but I will probably never use it unless I get it. Unless specifically the union I'm in finds me a job specifically to drive truck. I would just go out there like the same week and go get my medical card and then be able to drive. But other than that, I have no ambition to drive on the road.
No, of course not.
Yeah, fuck that.
Besides, it's a farm truck. You don't need CDLs. It's fine.
For farm use.
It's not for hire, homie. You
Yeah.
just fucking pretend.
Fair. Yeah. But yeah. So
I do not condone this message.
I honestly don't even know if you need a medical card to like just haul your own farm shit. You might not. I honestly don't know. I have not looked into it because I just don't care enough.
I don't know. Dad hauls all our stuff, and he has a medical card anyway for work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. True.
Because he literally
So,
drives trucks all the time.
Yeah.
So
Fair. Makes sense. But yeah. So yeah, it's a little it's a tow behind trailer man lift all in one. So I drove my truck and then picked it up,
Right.
towed around with my ATV. It worked out pretty good, but I had to set up the lift fucking 6 times for this one tree in order to trim it all because it was hanging out over the road. There was 4 dead branches, pretty big, and there was also one whole branch not broken off, but still like it was not broken off, but it was dead for a long time because there was 0 leaves on it.
Yeah.
But I had 4 broken off dead branches in the tree itself that I was wanting to get out because they were just sitting there waiting to fall. Over top of the road was all hanging down like enough to hit like a 10-foot tall truck or so. And then my neighbor's house, it's in the corner of my property basically, and one of the branches was over on top of my neighbor's house. I want to trim that back. Got that done. Then I moved over to a pine tree in between my garage and my house, and then it's also kind of in between my neighbor's house. I hacked the ever-living fuck out of that thing because I just hate this fucking thing. I hate picking pine needles out of my gutters, and this was the biggest culprit for one of the sides of my house. Mm-hmm. So I just hacked the ever-living shit out of it.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
Just fuck
I debated about cutting the whole fucking thing down, but the lift would not have been tall enough.
No.
If it would have been, I really would have considered it.
or at least top the hell out of it. And
Oh no, I would have just cut it off in 2. Like I would have trimmed all the branches and cut it off in 2-foot chunks all the way down. I just would not have cared. The chainsaw ran great fucking all weekend.
Yeah.
I borrowed my dad's and he hasn't ran it in fucking since the last time I used it, probably 2 years ago.
it's just like a steel 165 or
It's a
something.
Ryobi 40cc, probably 18-inch chain. Like it's 18-inch bar. It's a decent little fucker. And it once I got it running for the first 5 minutes, it never had a problem all day long. So
Yeah, but it's not a steel.
yeah, steels are great except for when you use them once every 5 years, like what my dad does. They're just as shitty as every other chainsaw ever.
You
fine.
kind of got a point.
Seriously, like my dad had a steel
I'd
weed
still
eater.
go buy a still before I bought.
Well, yeah.
anything
Well,
fucking else.
my uncle works for the fucking head of the
humble
headquarters of Ryobi, so
Oh well,
Yeah.
fucking.
I got a
bougie
housewarming
housewarming.
gift of like $1,500 worth of
So
Ryobi shit.
must
I'm like,
be
I'm
fucking
not gonna
nice.
say no.
Kayla and I had no issues with your Ryobi tools when you lent them out to us. They were fantastic.
They are a little bit above Black and Decker brand like quality. Like
It's not saying
that's
much.
not-
they are
Would
they are
you
the
like to
lowest.
rephrase that.
Yeah, they
My
are the
yard
lowest
work
tier.
stuff is higher
Yeah.
quality than Black.
They are the lowest tier of like
Acceptable tools.
of
Somewhat okay.
of
Don't
like
say professional
name
grade.
brand. Honestly, yeah, it is.
No. They're not professional grade. That's just
They are the lowest
would-
tier of them. Yes,
I would still take my DeWalt shit over Ryobi.
correct.
If I didn't have Ryobi shit, it would all be Milwaukee.
well,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Milwaukee's gold standard.
But
Milwaukee is the Android.
Yeah,
of
it,
power
like-
tools.
I've only ever killed
goated.
two
Yes.
tools that were Ryobi.
And they were-
I killed one drill and I didn't really kill it. It still worked. It just shot a lot of sparks out the motor. No big deal.
It's fine.
I did.
Brush motor.
I almost killed a circular saw. It was also a brush motor, and it just sounded like absolute
Yeah,
hell.
you smoked the fucking
And
brushes.
but then Ryobi had a deal through Home Depot, which was Ryobi Days, which was if you buy 2 6 mAh batteries and a 2 mAh battery in a $200 kit with a charger and a bag, that you got a free up to $200 tool. So I bought a $170 7-inch circular saw. There was $180 worth of circular
Yeah.
saw for
Yeah.
free because I bought $200 worth of batteries, which I needed the batteries anyway. So I'm like, yeah.
Let's say, I mean, if you got the other tools by them, you can
Yeah.
just change
So,
those
yeah,
batteries.
like-
So I mean, that's a deal.
No,
don't,
exactly.
Don't get me wrong. Like when Ryobi first started out, they were pretty rough.
Oh,
I
yeah.
need to give you my dad's Ryobi, the new brushless Impact. It is probably 90% of what a Milwaukee is.
Wow.
It is actually pretty
That's-
comparable now.
Yeah.
Those
So,
are
yeah, technology's
yeah.
going wild right now.
Yeah, I'll say, but yeah, like if you were to jump on, if you just bought a house and you need a brand, I absolutely will recommend Ryobi.
Yeah.
But today, like if that, like yeah, 5 years ago, if you would have bought a house, I would have recommended them and said they're just cheap and they work 99% of the time.
Well, and Caitlin we had tools before we even bought the house.
Yeah.
Like we had these in the apartment. She got a nice DeWalt.
Yeah. Oh, and like I said, yeah, if you have a battery brand already, stick with them,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Just continue to build off of that.
Anything
'Cause it's
outside, I'm
whatever you
probably
have.
going to stick with Yardworks for now because my weed eater has been surprisingly really good for being a Canadian Tires times Menards brand. or
We're not
something.
even in Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Menards, for whatever fucking reason, Menards made a deal like, hey, we'll put our brand name on it, even though it's your product. Mm-hmm. And it's worked great. My only complaint is the battery life on the weed eaters, like 20 minutes. Tops.
Oh, dude, my Milwaukee, I have a pretty fucking hefty Milwaukee battery.
Yeah.
And I can do probably 35 to 45 minutes of weed eating with it before
Okay.
it fully kills a battery. It's basically the only tool I have that will kill it.
And that's the thing, though. Like, my yard's smaller than yours, so I can do mine in like 10, 15 minutes. But, you know, as
Oh
the
yeah,
battery
well, my
degrades,
regular weed eating is probably 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's usually like the lower half of the battery, probably like 1 or 2 bars out of the 4.
yeah.
But yeah, if I really need to fucking hack some shit, or if I've really been lazy and I need to really, really trim a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
then it's, yeah, if I'm over 30 minutes, it's usually starting to get pretty low, or I have killed them in the past.
And as the years go on, it's going to degrade. So it's like, how long am I going to have with this battery?
Yeah.
'Cause
I'll say,
I didn't see any
luckily-
replacements at Menards.
I'll say,
So,
luckily with the Milwaukee shit, buying another battery is just kind of, it's par for the course.
right.
Yeah, everything
right.
takes the same batteries.
Yeah.
And for
exactly.
something that small, I'd rather have a battery one than a fucking.
Yeah, I had a steel
I
weed
don't
eater
want to deal
myself,
with tiny engines.
and I
more
was
than I do.
gifted a Milwaukee weed eater, and I already had the battery because I had the Impact.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll try it. And I like basically I ran the steel out of gas, and I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll finish the yard with the Milwaukee and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Have not. I'm pretty sure I sold the steel. I'm like, I'm never gonna touch this fucker again.
Right. I mean, they're pretty comparable. Lawnmowers, I've seen some differences of, but like
Yeah.
the small shit like that.
Yeah, no,
they're
the weed eater
so
is
comparable.
very, very nice.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
Cool.
yeah,
So that was your Saturday, Sunday was trimming trees, and
trimming
then
trees basically all
Yeah.
day Saturday, and then Sunday,
games, unlimited
mostly. I forgot what else I did on Sunday, but yeah,
games. It couldn't have
pretty
been
much.
You were
important.
playing what's that tank game?
Shell Shock.
Shell Shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you were playing.
Yeah, last
that.
couple. I've only been able to jump on for like less than an hour or so. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't even want to boot up CS. I played Shell Shock. I think it might have been Sunday too. I played it for an hour
It
or
was
so.
sometime over the weekend
And I was
because we
like,
were about to get off Overwatch. And we're like, want to message Andy and play that
I
game?
remember
And then
seeing you guys
the
say
moment
that,
we
yeah.
were about to get off and message you, you got off. We're like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, I'll say usually I'm only on for both I think I played Shell Shock 2 or 3 times over the last week or so.
Yeah.
I've only ever been on for 30 minutes or so, and I'm like, fucking
Yeah.
Shell Shock. Just sounds fucking easy, simple.
Well, we should buy it for our phones before this trip, and we could play our campsites.
Christ.
They do have that.
They do. I think it's $3, at least on Android. I don't know.
I'm not
the App
paying for
Store.
apps on my phone. What are you,
I'll
crazy?
fucking gift it to you.
Fuck
I
that.
have a balance in my Google Play account I'm never gonna use.
I will deny that.
Fuck, I have like $11 on Steam. I got to figure out what to use. I really want to use it.
CS:GO
towards-
cases, CS:GO
no.
Come on, give it to me.
No.
Buy them and give them to me.
I made some
No.
hella money selling extra ones I had.
I
I used it
Give
to,
them to me.
I used it to buy Plate Up,
What?
Hold up.
a fun ass
plate,
game.
as in
Plate.
Oh, yeah,
PLATE,
yeah, I've seen that before.
Plate
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
I wanted to play it. I wanted to recommend that for
The
We need to do a
sale-
fucking LAN party, people. It's
when
been a
are-
while.
When are we not busy?
Well,
Yeah, I don't
let's
know.
see.
I think we're
Let's
playing out
plan
the end
one
of this
for
year.
October, November.
I'm
then.
working 60s, homie.
And
Okay, well,
there's times I'm probably going to
tell
drive Caitlin to the
probably
airport.
the
boss man
now.
to fuck off.
Probably the rest of the. I'll just quit my job
let's
for a
just
month.
get through September and
like it.
see how October plays out.
September.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's go to Best Buy on this trip. I have a hotspot right here. We're gonna get gaming
No.
laptops. We're gonna have a LAN party at the campsite.
We'll
every
drive
night.
to
That
Peoria.
sounds like
and
a horrible
we'll
idea.
drive to Peoria.
It sounds like
and
a
return
fun
'em.
idea, coward.
We'll buy them there, drive back, and return them free.
Exactly. Yes.
Just don't break it. If you break it, you're fucked.
Yeah.
We just all go buy like 40 series.
Don't
gaming
spill
laptops
beer on it. Yeah.
I'll just take my fucking new
Why'd you
work
look at me when you
laptop,
said that, Nick?
Because you spill shit
all the time.
I'm pretty sure you did it at a LAN party.
all
multiple times.
all over his keyboard and Matt. And
Yeah, it was the
desk.
first LAN party. Like 30 minutes of knowing you. You spilt beer on your
It
keyboard.
was the first, and I think the second, and maybe the third.
No, the third
No, I think it
was,
only happened
think, number
second. I
two.
think
It's
it only
happened
twice.
It's happened twice though.
Three
The one
times.
time I spilt rum and coke on it, I definitely brought it up to the. I brought my RGB game pad, or mouse pad, like
Yes.
the huge one. Brought it up to Marcus's shower and cleaned it off.
Well, as long as you hold where that little LED is, because all it is around the edge
Yeah,
is
just a little
fiber
tube,
optic.
yeah.
Tube.
So
Yeah.
So that was your weekend, was doing all that stuff. Huh?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Say a little Harley and Subaru update.
yeah.
I got 200 miles on the Harley now. Checked the voltage before I left today. Read 13 volts on the battery. I'm like, perfect. That seems to be the voltage regulator seemed to have been the problem. I'm gonna continue to ride it and double check. I'm not gonna take the jump pack out of my book bag just yet.
Okay.
But
Probably
it
not a horrible
seems to
idea.
be decent. I have from installing that part till now, it should have
Well,
had
I mean,
enough
yeah.
miles on it.
200 miles.
Well, it would probably have about 150 on it
Okay,
since,
but
since it
still.
died. Or no, it died at 80 miles, so it's got 120 on it since then.
Still.
Sure.
So it should be
If it
should
w-
be working.
80
it was good.
miles
If it
and
was-
your start stop
What?
through like he's going to a place, stopping, turning the bike off,
Yeah,
going and doing
I
shit,
gotcha.
getting back on, turning
Oh,
the
I
bike
thought you
on.
meant like every red light. I'm like,
No.
I was very
No.
confused with the
Okay.
start.
I gotcha.
Engine dead, engine
no,
on,
it's-
engine
it's-
dead, engine on.
It should be good now, basically.
Good.
Subaru, I drove it to work this morning.
And
Good.
He hates driving it still.
It's fucking.
how are the
So
new
it's
seats?
it's the seats are good.
Okay, good.
Uh,
Yeah,
you
they
don't
felt
have to
very
listen to
The
you bitch
wind
about
noise. Oh yeah, no, I'm very happy I bought those seats. The wind noise is fucking terrible.
did you just forget
Just
how
turn
loud
your
it was?
radio up.
No, it's just annoying.
It's the roof rack.
It's the fucking.
Oh.
That. Put a diffuser on it.
I thought about it. I'm like, can I fucking
Just put a splitter on it.
Well, you take cardboard, put it over the front roof rack to a
Yeah,
little wedge. But
yeah.
Yep.
But I'm like, oh, like it's just I have not. Granted, the Fusion is also kind of a shitbox because I have so little money into it, and it is just a
You got
commuter
loose
car.
wires hanging out of it.
But
you're supposed to have those.
dude, yeah, the Subaru is just
And
it's
gutless
another
and
beast.
no cruise control.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, so I drove it last night to Taco Bell because I was
cringe.
hungry. So I went over and got some Taco Bell, and I'm like, all right, cool. It seems to be good enough to drive to work. There's no really reason to not to. So I drove, filled up with gas that night, or last night. Drove it to work this morning. It's 45 miles each way, and fucking flawless as far as I could tell.
Alright.
I did a heat gun on the front brakes. There was 10 degrees difference between passenger side and driver side.
That's fine.
No big deal. The rear brakes, there was 15 degrees difference, which I think is because one of them drags.
That's
'Cause
still fine.
I basically
They're just self-clearancing.
well, no, they were fucked up, so I just adjusted them all the way out, and I'm only using the front brakes right now, which is another reason why I just want to.
What?
Yeah, the drum brakes in the rear, they were junk anyway. So I'm like, it was one of the times that I had the rear drums off, and I put them back together, and I couldn't get the fucking drums to go back on because it was adjusted all the way out. So I'm like, fuck it, run them in. Put with the second I can get a drum on it, just beating the shit out of it with a fucking dead blow hammer. I'm like, good enough. I'm gonna be riding home in the rain. We're listening to it now on the roof.
Yeah, you're terrible at checking the
Well,
weather.
we got some trip stuff to go over before we all leave. So.
But
Hey, motherfucker's coming down heavy.
He goes, let me trim trees. Rains. Let me ride
well,
a Harley. Rains.
it's also a metal building, so that doesn't help. But
Yeah, no, it's-
it only lasted fucking not even 2 minutes last time.
Yeah, no,
because there was a couple times. Well, can I go into my two topics now?
I
should.
guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so tying into the whole rain thing, so we had the two guys from Inrush from Chicago come down and help me put this transmitter into place and kind of get started. And it would just like barely sprinkle outside. They're like, "Is it downpouring?" I'm like, no, it's a metal Morton building. It's just
Steel
sprinkling.
roof. Steel roof
out.
is ignorantly loud
Yeah.
for no reason. It's barely raining right now.
No, it's
It's sprinkling.
lightly.
well. There's a bubble.
yeah, I don't care.
It's
I
fine.
don't care.
So,
I got time.
Yeah, we're in the
my
light green.
I'm
first
hanging out till 8:30.
We're gonna be on the podcast till 8:30 if you guys don't stop interrupting about the rain.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Haven't
So-
even gotten into my stories yet.
Jesus Christ. So my first two transmitters finally showed up. Funny story. So
Oh,
they
I
were
love-
told
I love funny
from
stories.
the fucking beginning to give me a call 24 hours in advance because they
Right.
weren't taking it to the office. They were dropping it off at Walls/YYS.
Oh, like at the sites.
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody goes there except for me.
Well, because there's like at least on WBZG when I went with you, there's like it's locked.
There's
ain't
a
it?
gate, there's a fence, and then there's a door.
So they just left it like.
So, well, no, hold on.
Okay.
So we kind of had an inkling it was going to be Tuesday, but we never heard anything concrete, never heard from anybody because it came from Ontario, Canada. It got shipped into the US, and then somewhere probably the last mile, somebody else picked it up.
Right. It was DHL until it got
Yes.
to UPS or something.
Yeah, but it
got
wasn't
some-
DHL or UPS. You've talked enough, so shut the fuck up.
I know.
I was gonna say, were they really from DHL?
No, I don't know who
DHL's the shipping
the
company.
shipper.
Yeah.
Right. I
came
associate DHL with cheap Chinese shit.
No,
Correct.
They're a nationwide carrier.
I currently have a package.
I mean, they came
No way.
from Canada, which is out of nation,
Yeah.
so it makes sense.
Oh,
to be
okay,
DHL.
okay.
So I was just like, okay, well, I have a firewall to install Tuesday night anyway. Jesus, okay, now it's coming down.
Mics won't pick it up.
Yeah,
It's fine.
So
We're all
Jesus,
home.
Garrett.
I'm gonna look outside real quick though.
Go for it. I guess.
take a picture.
You're gonna
Yeah.
burn
So-
the camera out when you open the door, but
I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna go in right at 9. I'm gonna wait because it's gonna be if I go in at 9 and the other IT guy shows up at 7 to start work, I won't get out till 10. It'll be a 13-hour day, so I'm just gonna sit at home.
right.
And my phone rang with a
Ring.
number that's not in my phone. And so I picked up and they're like, "Hi, is this Marcus?" I'm like, speaking. They're like, "Hi, yeah, we're the shipper with your crates. We're here at the address. Where are you?" And that's an
not.
unmanned site. Did you guys not see the multiple letters that state to give my phone number a call 24 hours in advance? Oh no.
Oh no, we didn't.
Well, when's the nearest somebody can be out here? And I'm like, it's at least gonna be an hour. Like I gotta go into the office, get all of my tools packed up, throw them in the van, and then get to you. So I show up, and so here's the first crate,
yeah,
Sick.
Like-
6 foot tall.
Okay.
barely
6 foot wide.
barely fit through the fucking door.
yeah,
And then the second one is standing next to it. That just had some parts and extras in there.
yeah. All the little add-ons.
And
stuff.
then so I'm gonna zoom in here a little bit. There's my new baby.
okay,
It's got a screen.
You know, it's touch screen.
Hey. Well, does it run on OS?
Linux.
Its own proprietary
Yeah,
software.
it's either custom Linux.
So
into
that's
that
my
based.
$97,500 piece of equipment.
That's it.
It's
Grand.
fucking shit.
What are you guys, poor?
So yeah, spent all week getting that in. Got my rack set up, power
Ooh.
ran.
I love a good rack.
Ditto.
Mood.
That's a nice rack.
It's not even fully. It's not fully done yet. This black unit up here.
You tell
it's
me
gotta
that
be
rack could look
pushed.
better.
Oh!
Hard to
so
beat that
it's
rack.
a full 36
Oh my
U.
God.
What letter?
36.
A,
I
B,
said letter,
D.
not number.
Jesus
U.
Christ. Got
U is the big one.
got everything set up. So they're coming back in not this upcoming week, but the week after.
It's about 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks, and then we're gonna fully get everything up and done. So this was kind of the preliminary.
The step one of like, hey, you set everything up. We'll
Well,
come back when you need.
we got it uncrated on the floor. The grounding strap's done. Because if you don't know, so like for all my transmitters, instead of running like a ground cable, it's actually a ground strap. Because if you think about it, the strapping 4-inch strap has more surface area than a cable.
Yes.
So it can
by a lot.
displace a shitload.
And it won't get
it's
hot either.
exponentially more surface area.
Correct.
So we got that set, did some brazing, got the electrical done, all that, and all said and done. So I'm super excited because the thing's fucking
That
dense.
thing looks pretty sick, honestly.
The other cool thing that we got, which I didn't even, well, I kind of knew was a thing, but didn't really get into it. Oh yeah, here's an internal picture.
Yep.
Nice.
Looks like a
Nice.
Looks like something I don't know what it does.
Neither do I. I'll show. Okay, so here's the other thing
Things you
too.
don't want to hear from the IT guy.
I'm reading the manuals. I'll show you the manuals. There's 5 separate ones, plus the importer exporter, and there's another one for something else.
probably for Espanol.
No, it's
How about
some
that?
other. I think it's the exciter module manual in there, something like
penis?
that.
It
Whatever.
might as well be Espanol from the words you're using.
So, fuck, I forgot where I was going.
you read all the manuals. You know what you're doing.
No, I've skimmed the manuals. I've gotten halfway through the pre-installation manual. So
So you're getting about halfway.
There's
there.
a lot.
Pre-installation.
the troubleshooting manual is 495 pages.
For a troubleshooting guide, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That means every
Actually,
single.
Well,
Yeah.
so I have a pre-installation and installation and operations and maintenance, and then a troubleshooting, and then I have a manual for the importer exporter because it's HD, so it's new shit. So I'm learning stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
HD.
HD radio.
Yes.
Oh,
HD
that's
plus
cool.
actually.
Is it live? Like, is it broadcasting?
No, God no.
Oh,
We haven't even flipped the breaker onto it yet.
sad.
It's,
Let me know what you do though.
Caitlin's
Caitlin's car has HD radio.
Nice. I'm very interested to see the audio quality difference.
Oh, it's huge.
It's supposed to be a shitload.
The last time I took Caitlin's car to Chicago, the one station that I love to listen to up there finally got it. It night and fucking
It's so basically it's you kind of know what radio sounds like. It's a little dirty, but you can still hear it.
day. Yeah.
It's basically supposed to be better or equal to like streaming directly.
It's
like,
better.
Yeah, it's higher
Yeah.
quality than XM now.
Yeah.
XM used to be great, and then they added a bunch of fucking channels and they had
Yeah.
to lower the bandwidth.
Yeah. It's what XM used to be.
So it's
Yeah.
gonna be super interesting. It was a long week though, but I'm super excited.
That's awesome.
sick.
It's gonna be sick. So yeah, another 2 weeks, and then we'll be putting her on, and then October we're gonna do YYS or sorry GLC. So Mendota.
Yeah.
Oh, I
HD?
remember. Yes. No, not HD. Sorry.
For 100.1, they don't need HD.
I was gonna say that gets HD before the Q.
No. So this is the other thing that I kind of knew of, but is very interesting to me. So we actually have 2 of, because we're doing both stations.
Yep.
It's a coax switcher.
Okay.
So the old transmitter and the new transmitter are all going to be plumbed in, powered, ready to go.
Mhm.
And there's just basically a giant line to line that just rotates. So I can, if I need to work on the new transmitter,
You can flip the switch.
I
And jump
power up the other one, flip the switch, and it's live and on the air.
Yeah, it's a basically
vice versa.
It's a full scale backup.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking
So
tits.
So you're keeping the old transmitter as just like a backup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's smart. Nice.
That way, if something goes wrong with
Yep.
either one, you can run the other
Yeah.
one.
And because I'm not fully in the loop with the engineers at Inrush, but from what I understand, GLC is not using the current GLC transmitter as a backup.
Oh,
Okay.
We
so
actually got a whole other like 2 kilowatt transmitter in.
okay.
okay.
All
That'd be all right.
Nautels, baby! Hell yeah!
No more analog fucking
We spent
transmitters.
so much money on this, but it's gonna be so fucking worth it.
GLC was getting pretty bad. I mean,
Michael would text me like every other day and be like, "It sounds like shit again," and I'm like, "Boyo, I can't. Your shit's been ordered. I'll give you the shipping updates."
yeah, I can't do shit about
Have
it
you
anymore.
given him an update?
Yeah.
He has.
Well, it was funny. So the first one came in, the backup to GLC, and I was like, "Oh, Michael, your transmitter's here," and then through the channels, because I texted the main head partner, CEO, whatever you want to call him, at Inrush, and was like, "Hey, like this transmitter ship." He's like, "Oh no, that's the backup only." So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I found that out later. But yeah, super excited about that. It's going to be a lot to get set up, but
sure.
hopefully they'll be able to help me with the programming and everything.
And once it's set up, it'll be so much easier to maintain.
I won't have to fucking do anything.
Well, exactly. But even if you do, it'll be stupid easy. To
Well,
maintain
and
it.
the nice thing is so, and why I prefer Nautels, which is the brand name. So like last winter when we had that big horrible winter storm, remember I had to go out to GLC because it was fucking up.
Yeah, it was like negative 20.
Walls lost 2 power supplies and was fine and kept at full power.
Really?
How?
What does it have? 4?
It has 4 power supplies and they're 2 times over redundant.
Wow.
So it could really run on like 1, honestly.
It could run on 2
Yeah.
at full power.
Right.
Wow.
And you
I
lost
mean,
2.
It lost 2. It doesn't like it because it throws a lot of backfeed power into the system,
Oh, yeah.
but it still ran at full power
still
and
on.
sounded fine.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Sick.
I like Nautel shit.
It's good stuff.
They used to sell, or one of their big selling points, like 5 or 6 years ago, was their phone home system. So as
Like
soon
the
as
ET
you
guy?
kind of, so as soon as you connected it to the internet and something like the exciter started fucking up or something, it would literally self-diagnose, send an error code, like, check engine light,
Yeah.
and send an email to Nautel with your call letters.
Mm-hmm.
They'd invoice you and send you the part immediately.
That's
so
nice.
That's so
Not bad.
sick.
It never worked, but
Oh,
still.
It's cool that it could work.
So I got a question.
Okay.
Say Armageddon happens.
Mm-hmm.
Your boss is going to expect you, like the second we lose like most power, he's going to be like, "Hey Marcus, go fix the radios so everybody stays in the loop because everybody relies on the emergency
Okay, well, hold on. Well, first
Radio.
of all, what are you classifying as Armageddon?
like just end of days. I don't know, man.
Like
but
nukes?
But which
Yeah,
end of
something.
days?
I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
nukes. Okay, first of all,
Okay,
how-
maybe not nukes because there would be a forewarning before that.
Okay, so
say
EMP.
like EMP and zombies all in one.
Okay, how are you going to feed? So this new transmitter is 5 kilowatts,
That's a lot of watts.
Cool. Sounds like a lot. Sounds like 5,000 watts or something.
it
which
Yes.
our licensing is only up to 3 kilowatts. So how are you going to feed that fucker 3 kilowatts?
A big
Look,
generator.
That's gonna attract the zombies.
I'm thinking like the first week of like said incident.
Believe it or not, it pulls the same power whenever you try it.
So
No,
I'm-
I know, but like, so
I get where he's coming
if
from.
it like a month into like, oh, like this isn't looking any better, everybody fend for themselves. Like the first week of this, it's going to be like you're still gonna,
fending for myself from the
Yeah.
fucking beginning.
Jokes on them, pirate radio.
yeah. So like day one, where like, so say COVID happens again, and but like
COVID happens, so
you mean-
nothing
yeah, but you mean
happens.
something-
Okay, but like the first like week of COVID, or
Flag.
the first month of COVID, where it was like everybody's like, "What the fuck is going on?" If there would have been like any more like, "Oh fuck, there's a
Bullshittery.
bomb that went off somewhere," like everybody would have like legitimately grabbed the doomsday vests and been ready. I feel like.
Then it's not my job
then-
and not my problem anymore.
Yeah, then-
I
Yeah,
have bigger things
But like,
to worry about
I know,
in this
but like,
kind of scenario.
but
Yeah,
you
are
didn't do that with COVID, so like,
'Cause I
where's
started
the
after
line?
COVID.
Are you still going to clock in when the world's ending? Like, what the fuck do you
Well, that's
mean?
what I mean. How do you know the world's ending? Like, if with COVID, like
Not my problem.
COVID was, at least for me, like I was sitting at home every fucking day because I was laid off, and I had nowhere to be.
That's
I
a
just
you
kept
problem,
hearing shit. I'm like, oh, what did you went from your parents' house to here?
I literally never stopped working. I didn't have a
no,
day
I
off.
Yeah, neither did I.
I never stopped playing video games. That's all that I did. They're like, stay inside, don't meet people. I'm like, yeah, bro,
Nope.
on it. I'm getting
still-
the government's paying me my fucking
The
unemployment check.
biggest
I'm
break I
good.
got was when I left the warehouse job and started at
The gap.
the
between
radio
those,
station.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
10 days.
But what I'm saying is like, if it like in the times of questioning it, like say fucking shit hits the fan, like the first week,
Yeah.
you're still gonna go to work every day.
Oh, fuck no.
most likely.
Nope.
How do you know?
Because he knows himself.
Because I would just call or go find my boss and say, I'm not dealing with
you
this
can't call him.
shit.
The towers are down.
That's why I said I'd go
Not,
find
oh,
him.
not even though. Like
You have a
I'm,
very.
I'm referring back
Andy,
to.
I
Like,
don't know where the fuck
I'm
you're going
referring
with
back
this.
to like the first week
hold
of
on.
COVID, where
One second.
everybody still went to work. It was all still kosher.
I'm
Because
going
that
to
wasn't
explain this
fucking
to you
new.
because that
real,
wasn't Armageddon. Like
real
you said.
easy right now.
know.
If it is COVID, yeah, I'm going to go in and still do my job. If it's anything worse, like fucking EMP, nuclear, whatever,
According to like
not my
over
fucking
half
problem
the
no more.
fucking world, COVID was the end of the world.
No, it
people are
wasn't.
dumb.
It's because people are fucking
yeah,
stupid.
I know.
That's because that's
Armageddon's gonna be the same fucking way. Those same retards are gonna be like, "Oh my
No.
god, the world's ending!"
No,
You're
it
like,
won't.
bitch. That's
No,
your,
it
That's your
won't.
bolt carrier racking back. You're like,
Because-
no, it ain't. I'm ready, bitch. But like
Oh, man, he's
those
going on a
same
fucking
people.
tangent
This is
today.
what I mean. This is where my head went when you were like, oh yeah, like I gotta go be in charge of the radios, and I'm like, huh. Everybody relies on the emergency broadcast system and
I don't. What the
local
fuck do you
radio
mean?
system.
I don't.
What
listen to
else
the
are you
radio.
gonna do? Like, if you're bunkering down in your house, you're like, well, I'm gonna turn on the fucking local FM radio, and like,
Where do I have an
See
FM
if-
radio?
I don't fucking know.
I don't even
Cell
have
phones
one.
have the chip.
Well,
in
it
it.
sucks to be
Yeah,
you.
but they're not activated.
Unbelievable.
Okay,
Yeah.
now let,
That was
hold
just my
on.
thought.
Let me ask you this: When was the last time you bought a fucking newspaper?
When's the last time you rode a
FM
horse?
radio is still a thing. The radio has died, or the newspaper has died.
Where
I'll
do you
give
think
you that.
radio's going?
Yeah, I know, but you still work for them right now, is what I mean. Like,
Man, I'm gonna be honest. This is the dumbest
Yeah,
conversation.
I don't know what he
getting?
fucking
this was
wants
my
from
this
me.
was my immediate thought of like when you were like, yeah, I have to go out and like fix radios. I'm like,
That
if
is-
if like
That's my job.
Doomsday was today.
Doomsday is today. Then I'm not going to fucking work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, but my thing is like it takes time for you to get that message.
hate this.
It will take from like okay, say
It's called Armageddon for a fucking
stupid.
reason.
Say midnight happens. Say the fucking nukes get dropped at midnight. You don't know
Hold
shit
on, I'll fix
until
this right
fucking
now.
you wake up at 6 a.m.
You can't just mute him. Like,
You can't silence the truth, libtard.
God, I'm just gonna delete this episode, and record one myself later.
Christ. I don't know where you're going. So, okay, yes.
If there's a nuke and you don't know about it, you're gonna go to work, is what he's saying.
Yeah,
But
what I'm saying
why,
is
why wouldn't you go to work if you don't
from
know
the
about
time
it?
shit literally hits the fan to where you find out about it, there is going to be a 6 to 24 hour period of
Yeah.
nobody knows. So you're still going to be at work. Basically, what I'm getting at
Wouldn't
is
everybody?
The tower is not gonna be broken if it doesn't
Depending
affect
on
us.
what it is.
well, yeah. But my
he would-
immediate thought
he-
was
but he-
like, you are the first person to try and fix the radio stations, aka you are in charge of making sure everybody else is still continued in the loop.
But
like
the radio
okay.
station won't be broken if we don't know about it, because that means it didn't affect us. If something happens to affect
Jesus
us, then we'll know about it the minute it happens. If it doesn't affect us, it's not gonna knock his tower offline.
Didn't think about that. Let's move on.
Wow, we just saved 20 minutes.
I tried to explain that to you for like
Yeah.
the past 5 minutes.
How would you know? It's like because nothing happened, so we wouldn't need to know.
Sometimes I just need to listen to Brian and not Marcus.
Sometimes you just need
Yeah.
to shut the fuck
not
up and shut your
sometimes.
goddamn mouth.
You can go with all the times for that one.
Anywho,
So, yeah.
Brian,
radio,
you said you had some stories.
I mean, I've got the whole story of taking Nick's Jeep up to Minnesota, but
Oh, true. Yeah. I saw that on Snapchat.
I'll just add this very quickly, and I mean
go
very
'cause
quickly.
mine will not be
Andy's a
quickly.
dumb-
My
Dumbass.
chicken coop
Oh.
finally, we put my chicken coop at my house, and let me tell you, moving them things was a bitch.
I thought
yeah.
they did it for you. Are,
Well,
are
when
you
they
are
is
they?
me-
Oh, well, what the fuck?
This is the radio station discussion all over again.
Andy, just
I figured this one out by the time I can finish the sentence. So
turn your
I'll come
fucking
back.
brain off. Yeah,
It
so
already is off. What do you mean?
Chicken coop's in. I need like 10 tons of dirt
Yeah.
and more brick. But I got my electrical in, so I can like plug
What
it into
bricks
my
do you
house. Like patio, like retainer wall bricks.
Like little red
okay.
bricks? Or
No.
like landscape
no, like
bricks?
landscape bricks.
Oh.
So I have a shit ton of 1x1 by 2-inch.
Nah, those
Like
sidewalk
Legos?
bricks.
whatever. So chicken coop, whoop whoop. I need to take some better pictures because the ones that I have are kind of
All
shitty.
in the dark and stuff.
Well, that showed the
Well,
lights.
it's not a chicken coop yet. It's just a coop. You need
Well,
the chickens.
it's a shed with chicken accessories.
We'll see it Saturday.
Yeah, it has the chicken accessory.
Oh
Hold
yeah.
it sideways.
Well, no,
Hold it
because we're going
sideways.
over
I
to
can see
Joanne's.
that.
What?
I didn't see that one. The picture.
Oh, the one in the morning?
Yeah.
Bro, it's red. What do you mean? It looks
Chimkin.
it has
Nice.
a it has a
That's
chicken
very
run on it
Chimkin.
that makes it a chicken coop.
That's awesome.
We're getting
It's
there.
next to your house.
No,
Not
it's-
up on the hill?
No, it's back behind. Okay, you know where my garden shed is?
Yeah.
It's next to that.
Oh,
So
I don't
right.
remember I didn't remember the color of the shed.
That's because we sited at the same siting as the house.
Because it wasn't that color.
Okay,
when
Brian,
when did you
go.
cite it? When did you cite it?
I didn't cite it. Shut the fuck up, Brian. Go.
Okay, fuck me.
Okay.
We can talk about it later.
Jeep stuff.
Jeep stuff.
Yes. So
Rubber ducks on the dash.
So, on Saturday, I was going to begin to tow Nick's Jeep back up to Minnesota. I was using my boss's trailer because mine's not done. So, Friday night, I go out, grab the trailer, get it loaded up. So that way, Saturday after work, I can just leave right away, no nonsense.
Yep. Just get up and fucking go.
Well, after work, yeah. So, I get to work Saturday, and I'm like, man, like, I don't want to leave at 6 o'clock at night. I'm like, I'll,
Well-
see what the boss is thinking. We'll see if I can leave any earlier.
How long of a drive is it?
6 hours.
Ooh.
6 hours not pulling a trailer.
Ew.
Yeah, it's
Yikes.
a long way.
Fuck that.
So I talked to the boss man. He's like, why don't you just like, can you work through lunch and leave at 2? I'm like, yeah, that'll be fine, you know? Like,
Better.
get me up there by like 9-ish, hopefully.
That or I quit. This
Well-
business goes under.
I don't like pulling that card too often. 'Cause
No.
then he'll think I'm joking, you know? So, so it's all loaded up, 2 o'clock, clock out. I go out there, pull my front license plate off because fuck iPass.
Correct.
Based.
Refill my washer
Amen.
tank because it was empty.
So you give Nick all the tolls with the Jeep on the trailer.
My boss's trailer has a plate and the Jeep's got a plate. Either one of those can get it. I'm not dealing with it. To be fair, when I go without a trailer, it still doesn't catch my
I should
truck.
just add you to my mom's iPass.
We have an iPass at home. I just
Oh.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah, fair enough. Fuck them.
Because fuck them, that's why.
That's awesome.
They have my license plate number if they can get it.
Well, it's not even carrying the pass. That does help, but like it's just a
They read your
just-
plate anyway.
yeah. You just put money on your plate basically,
Yeah.
which is stupid.
If they're not going to open the drive-through lane to fucking hand a person a
Oh,
dollar,
yeah.
oh,
then I'm not,
yeah, then
fuck 'em.
eat
I'm
a
not-
fucking dick.
I'm not paying that shit.
Nope.
No.
So, it's Saturday at 2 o'clock, hop in the truck, head down the road. Turn on the interstate right by the Casey's. Roof flies right off the Jeep.
like just flips back onto the trailer.
Gone.
Oh,
Like in the ditch or in the road?
Luckily, it went away from the road.
Okay, well,
it
that's
was off
nice.
right off the shoulder.
God.
Literally at the bottom of the off ramp. It didn't make it a minute down the road. Like
That's probably not
because
great.
I didn't attach the roof, Nick did.
Uh,
So a
Dummy.
TJ roof has 2 clips in the front,
Yeah, on the
and thick
windshield.
bolts on the back.
Yeah.
They just didn't put any bolts in the back,
figures.
so the front was held in
with the
kind
two
of,
with the 2 clips.
until
Well, at that point,
Yeah.
it wasn't even held in. The minute it got up, it just unclipped
that-
itself.
Yeah.
it slid forward like a millimeter, caught the wind, right off.
Did it fuck anything up?
Shatters the rear window of it. It's in the hatch. There's glass everywhere. Slides off, slides across the shoulder into the ditch.
That sucks.
Of course, I didn't notice it because I was merging, so I'm like looking back, whatever, and I like get just onto the road. And I look in my mirror, and I'm like, man, that seems like a lot of daylight through the back of that Jeep. And I'm like, that's probably not
Wait a
good.
minute.
And the lady pulls up in a van next to me, like waving her hand, and I'm like, fuck, like you're joking, right? I pull up the off ramp, look at it, I'm like, roof's gone.
So you made it the 1 mile to the next off ramp.
Yeah, it flew off on the first
Yeah,
off-ramp.
yeah, but you noticed it within the first 100 yards ish,
I
and you
went
were like,
up to the
huh.
next
Yeah.
off ramp, came back
Did
around.
a big circle.
At this point, I didn't know where it came off yet, so I'm like, is it in the middle of the road? Did it get hit by a semi?
Oh god,
like,
yeah.
Did I total a minivan? I'm like,
Well,
what's...
No offense, but at that point, is it really your fault?
If the Jeep wasn't full of stuff, I would have left it.
Okay, that's fair.
But I'm
no,
like-
I mean like the top coming off though.
Oh, it's not my fault.
like
at
I would have
all.
been like,
No.
sorry, Nick, you didn't put any. Like,
Like-
you didn't even like finger like just
No.
put
Yeah.
There were no...
put the bolt fully on.
Yeah, there were no bolts, period.
Yeah.
It was just the front clip.
Surprised you didn't notice that when you were driving it around.
at 60 miles an hour, the roof doesn't come off.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
Apparently, as soon as you hit 70, it fucking flies off.
That's a Jeep limit. Huh.
So I come back around. Luckily it's right on the off ramp, so I've got some room from the road. So I'm like, okay, I'm close enough to home still. I'll pull it up on the trailer, drive back to the shop, reattach it. Of course, it doesn't fit between the Jeep and the front of the trailer, so I have to unstrap the whole Jeep because I can't lift it over my head because it's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Unstrap the whole Jeep, roll it back 1 foot.
The lifts or the roofs are just cumbersome enough for one person to not be able to do it. Because me and my dad take his off his old TJ. It's just cumbersome and awkward enough to not be able to do it by yourself.
Plus all the broken glass and
Yeah,
bullshit.
fuck that. My dad said fuck it and got him a cheap ass fucking Menards
lift.
winch and made his own jig to pick it up.
Or try doing it on top of a trailer deck instead of on the ground.
Right.
So I had to back the Jeep up, drug it onto the front, restrap everything down to go a mile back to the shop. Cruise back there, back it in, take the forklift, which had a sheet of steel on it conveniently, pull it up next to it, slide the roof onto the sheet of steel, lift that up to the back so I can just kind of scoot it on there.
Nice.
Get that. Well, the neighbor across the street, he's like, back already? And I'm like, you're going to come help me. Like, you're not.
You don't get the
the
comment.
neighbor crackhead guy.
Yeah. I'm like, you don't get a chance to sit here and watch. Like, you're over here. He's like, what are we doing? He's like, putting it back on there. Like, it's. Watch out. I swept up all the broken glass.
Yeah.
Luckily, it breaks in a little tiny, impossible to sweep up chunk. And it had rained earlier, so I can't use a big broom. Like,
Sick.
get that put back in place. The front clips are both bent to fuck. They'll never reattach without taking them off and straightening them. So I grabbed some bolts from the shop, put them in there. They're nearly impossible to get on and off. They're in such a small area. Like,
Oh yeah, because I know they're up
a
against the
bitch.
sidewall basically.
and there's like a channel they go inside of. So
Yeah.
you can't get a wrench on from the side. It's a pain in the ass. It took probably half an hour just doing that.
Yeah.
Get that bolted on there. Throw a strap from the rock slider over the front of it to hold it down. The
Okay,
clips are fucked
yep.
up. Get it recentered, do all the things. Okay, now I can leave. It is 4:00 now.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, Marcus was texting me because you had just got that thing from my parents.
Oh yeah, that ground.
I'm like, I'm not even gonna tell him. Like,
doesn't even matter.
This is not like I'm not even worried about
and
it.
I think the funny thing too, because I was on my way back from Plano, and I, not to go too
No, you're
into
good.
this, but I was just like, hey, I'm on my way back with that growler. Do you want me to drop it off? And you're just like, no, I'm on my way to Nick's. And I was just like, man, he seems a little pissy. Like,
Yeah.
damn.
Little did you know.
Literally, that was the
No.
minute that I had gotten back on the interstate. Or no, I was on my way back to the shop, and I'm just like, I already left technically, so I'm not a liar, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just seemed a little short.
I was being very short. It was. I was like,
Now I understand and forgive you.
yeah, I was absolutely not having it. So I'm like, okay, like that's fixed. Now we can go back on the interstate. Get right past the Oglesby exit onto the bridge. The front driver's side fender pops the bolts out.
Oh my.
That's due to rust. That's not due to. That's not due to Nick's negligence. That was just.
Did
not
it fully
rust.
come off, or did just like
Other
the-
than like
the front?
one bolt, so it folded the thing in half on the side of
my
it.
God.
Man.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, oh, great. Like, it's only been
Zip
5
ties.
minutes now. I don't have any zip ties on me because I didn't plan for
You
that.
should have just texted me and be like, help.
I was this close to calling one of you guys.
Well, I was in Oglesby, so it probably would have been me. But
I almost called you when the roof came off if I
Yeah.
couldn't get it up on the trailer myself. But,
oh fuck.
okay, take the next exit. The bolts are Torx bolts. So, of course, I can't
Of course they are.
loosen or tighten them.
God.
So it's held on by like 2 bolts that are Torx. I'm like, all right, fuck it.
Duct
Grab it, pop, pop, rip it off there. And I'm like, oh, I can't open the doors because there's a strap over it to hold the roof on. But wait a minute.
There's a giant hole in the rear where the glass
The
was.
back window's gone, so I just stuffed
Throw it in
through
there.
Perfect.
Oh fuck.
So what time was it now?
This is like 4:30.
Oh my god.
This is like that one was at least pretty quick. So I'm just like, I can't tighten it. I can't take it off. I guess I'm fucking pulling it off. Whatever. You know?
Sorry, Nick.
Oh,
Hey, not
fuck.
my problem.
Yeah, you fixed what you were
I did-
asked to do,
I did what I could do.
and then some. So
Yeah.
He can do that little.
So I'm
simple
like,
shit.
all right, fuck it. Let's go. From there forward, not too bad. Truck's getting like 8 miles to the gallon
Yep,
because Jeeps are shaped like bricks.
Yeah.
What a great song.
Towing Andy's XJ,
was better.
I can get like 10.
Yeah, we were both. You were at 10. I was at 11 when we went down to Missouri.
Yeah.
Isn't it the same trailer?
Same trailer.
Same trailer.
Yours probably sits up higher, so it.
No,
This-
mine just isn't a block. It's a rectangle.
Yeah,
it's not a square.
They're both on 35s. They're both
Yep.
Jeep shaped,
Well, I
kind
guess
of.
that's
Yeah.
true.
But he has a sloped windshield where that Wrangler is fucking straight
Damn
up
near
and
straight
down.
up and down. Yeah.
So it pulled like garbage. I'm like, okay. Oh, once I got back in the truck from the fender, check engine light on the truck.
Why?
I don't know. I haven't checked it yet. I'm sure it's the EGR sensor or
Yeah,
something. because
something's just simple.
it had that code like a week ago, and I cleared it. I'm like, it'll be fine, right? It came back, but
Man, so Saturday was just not your fucking day.
I haven't even started yet,
Oh,
homie.
shit.
This is minute 1, well, hour 2, I guess.
Oh, fuck.
So terrible mileage, all that stuff. Start going, whatever. For the most part, pretty good. Traffic was pretty light on the way down there.
Oh, that's decent.
I get about halfway down. I go to stop on an off ramp to get some gas. Mm-hmm. It's like a downhill quick. It's not like a 25 mile an hour ramp. It's like a 55. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm moving pretty good. Hit the brakes. I'm like,
No trailer park.
I'm like, man, these don't feel great.
Oh god.
As I'm like almost pushing through the line because I've got a whole bunch of weight.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're at max tow capacity.
oh yeah. And I'm like, huh. So I pull out, to go forward. I click my tester, nothing. Turn it up, click it, nothing. All the way up, click it, nothing. I'm like, damn. I'm like, this sucks. I'm like, at least I'm moving most of the time. I'm not like stop and go bullshit.
It's interstate, so it's not bad.
And then once I unhook the Jeep off it, it'll be light. It'll be fine, whatever. Mm-hmm. So finally get up there after all this. So I skipped breakfast because I don't eat breakfast. Skipped lunch so I could have an hour early leave. And my arrival time up there was going to be 10:40.
Oof.
I was supposed to be there by 9.
It's midnight.
It's 10:40. So I'm texting him on the way up. He's like, "Oh, pizza place in town's open till 11. We're good. I'll buy you dinner." Great, cool.
the least he could do at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So I get all, I'm like 5 minutes away. He's like, "How long till you be here?" I'm like, 5 minutes. He's like, "Okay." Pizza place won't make a pizza this late.
Well, I mean,
I'm like, I'd been texting back and forth with him. Like, you think that I'm going to be here at like 10:40? You could have
just
called like
placed an
half an
order.
hour ago and had
Hey,
it
have a
ready,
pizza ready to be picked up at 10:45 or 11. Like,
or delivery or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you don't like. I'm like, okay. I'm like, it's I haven't ate anything since
how
dinner
far are you
yesterday.
away? 30 minutes away?
I was 5 minutes away at this point.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm
okay.
like, whatever. I'll stop and unload it, and then we'll worry about it then. I'm not starving, but I'm like, I could have stopped and ate on the
You're
way.
kind of angry and grumpy at this point
Right.
because just it happens.
And at this point, it's like I've done a lot of long drives, but turning a 6-hour drive into like a 9-hour drive,
Yeah.
Is never
On
fun.
an empty stomach.
you're fucking over it at that
on
point.
on an empty stomach with 2 major kick in the balls.
And
Yeah.
I'll give you this. After the trailer incident, I probably would have said, fuck this, I'm going home.
I was pretty close a couple of times, but I'm like, whatever. Get to his house, unstrap it, unload it. Fits in his garage conveniently. We weren't sure if it was going to.
Oh,
or
so you
not.
Thank
finally got a
God.
break.
Yeah, we finally got there. Great. Okay, I'm like, can't street park at his house, so I'll back up into the driveway. Of course, his driveway is slanted.
Oh, fuck.
You
As
drag the fuck out of the trailer.
As
up
Andy
the,
knows,
up the driveway.
any semi-low trailer is scraping.
Yeah, I know the exact sound it made at 11 o'clock at night in his driveway.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh. You could see him there. I probably scraped the trailer like 8 feet
Oh, God, yeah.
up this driveway. Big nasty marks. Luckily it's a concrete driveway, so it
Could've
kind
been
of
worse.
slid.
Oh,
yeah.
If it was asphalt, I would have peeled it off.
Oh,
Like,
God.
yeah.
You know
so
what?
I kick it sideways, 4 low. I'm like,
Yeah, I was like, you just gave it all the push.
I'm like, hey, it's gonna scrape. He's like, okay, and he's like, oh, I'm like, it's fine. I'm not worried about it. He's like, you're scraping. I'm like, oh yeah, I know. I'm just fucking.
Why don't
Oh,
you
yeah.
just go,
You're good.
go
You're good.
either make or find, like the dumpster
Yeah, they're super.
wheels?
They're super cheap,
just
and we
bolt
just,
them to the fucking, or weld them in and just let it eat.
Oh yeah, they exist. We just haven't. It's fine. It's not my trailer. Fuck it.
yeah, so
Well, fuck yeah, I guess.
mine is super beefy material, so I'm not worried about it. It's gonna fuck up whatever it drags on, not my trailer.
And the only thing that ours drags on is the lower car ramps, like the slide out ones.
Yeah.
It's got fold down equipment ramps.
Yep.
So it just slides on the holders for those.
Eh.
I'm like, you'd fix those if it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get back in there. We're good. Get to go inside. He's like, well, I've got ramen.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Because his truck's in the shop getting an ECM because his fucked apparently. That sucks. So we would have to take my truck to go anywhere.
Yeah,
And I'm
with
like,
a trailer.
I'm like, I'm not unhooking the trailer or scraping it back in here. I'm like, whatever you got. He's like, I got a cup of ramen.
so you got 11:30 p.m.
Ramen.
Saturday night ramen.
Yes. We finished the ramen. Well, because he made one for him too. He's like, I'm still hungry. I'm like, yeah. He's like, you want some pizza rolls? I'm like, yeah.
You have those too?
I'm like, yeah, I'll eat
I would have just started making a fucking
Fill the
full
big bags.
3-course meal of
Yeah.
whatever the fuck is
I
in
would
my
have just
fridge.
got a 12-pack out and been like, well, I have frozen burritos, a frozen pizza, or pizza rolls. Take your pick.
Yeah, no shit. So
Fucking all three.
get something to eat. We're watching Save It Private Ryan. 'Cause
Ooh.
I haven't seen that all the way through.
I need to watch.
Really?
It's hard to watch it all the way through. Yeah,
It's-
like you have to legitimately sit down to watch it. Like I bet I've watched that movie 7 or 8 times.
Yeah.
Probably 2 or 3 times all the way
What's
through.
it on?
I
Just
watch it on Amazon.
Over the
I think it's
last
on
10
Prime,
years. Yeah,
but-
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all right, honestly. It doesn't live up to the hype. It's
I
good.
Really
Like
think
all the animation, graphics, CGI are amazing.
Mhm.
But the actual
Yeah. Time,
the
yeah.
storyline's dumb.
Yeah.
I think we should go watch Oppenheimer.
We gotta go to IMAX then.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
I
down.
was gonna say I want to see that.
I want
do
I want to
that.
see it in 70 mil.
Yeah, I want
Okay.
that to be my first IMAX. movie.
Sunday.
yeah. Well, let's
Sunday I
go.
have a parade.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What? Hey, you guys want to go to IMAX?
Yeah, I'm bet.
Fuck y'all, I'm
wait a
in
minute.
charge.
Now,
Hold up.
next Saturday, I'm taking my bike to get tuned up at Trek
In
in
Peoria?
Peoria. There's an IMAX down there, right?
I believe so.
Next Saturday.
Yeah.
We'll check it after.
Saturday.
Yeah, I've still got story left, homie.
Oh wait,
It's
I
not
might
Call
have
it a
to do
date.
Sheds.
It's
Anyway,
not over
Yeah,
yet.
go ahead.
So
Wrap her up. Well, not really.
falling
but
half
wrap
falling
it up.
asleep on the couch, finish the movie. I go, I'm going to bed. It's like 2:00.
Mm-hmm.
Pass out, get up at like 9. We pull the roof off his Jeep because he doesn't use the roof anyway.
Yeah.
And it's junk now.
Yeah. Well, it honestly,
Almost.
the roof held up great.
I'm surprised.
The top is like scratched.
20-year-old fiberglass. I'm shocked it made
Right
that.
up can.
I am amazed how well it hold up. Like it is.
nice.
It's
My dad
great.
did roll-on Rust-Oleum for his to paint it.
That's kind of what.
Granted, his might be a little bit more rough than that, but yeah, when my dad's was faded, he just did roll-on Rust-Oleum. It looked
fuck
fucking great.
No, you really can't even tell other than looking at the very top of it. The side windows didn't chip or anything. Shockingly,
Wow.
good.
just the
Yeah,
back
that's
one.
it's
It must have came off and hit one of the ramps on the back and just blew it out.
Yeah.
But so we pulled the roof off. He had some custom seat covers made for us. So we put those on. That was a pain in the ass.
at 2 a.m.
No, at 10 a.m. once I woke up.
Oh, okay.
This is the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
day.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
okay,
fuck that. I wasn't doing
I wouldn't have
shit.
wanted to.
I'll
touch
say you
that
said
thing.
you were gonna go to bed and you were like, yeah, we started doing Jeeps. I'm like, why? God.
No, I went to bed about 2 and then woke up like 9, 10-ish and then
Gotcha.
got that done about 10:30. Okay, I'm going home. I'm fucking
I don't want none of this.
whatever we're doing, I'm leaving.
Did
So-
you at least check the trailer brakes before you left?
No.
I mean, you don't have the load that you did before, so
I clicked the button again. It did nothing still, so that was cool.
Okay, yeah. So he
You know.
knew he was in the same boat, but
And
yeah,
I-
again, not having 5,000 pounds of Jeep behind him is
Yeah, true.
better.
Big difference, yeah. A 2,800 pound trailer is way better than 7,000 pounds of
Yeah.
stuff. So I'm like, whatever, it'll be fine. The whole way home, the traffic was terrible.
Oh fuck!
From his house to Toma is like 3 hours. That drive took me 5.
Oh.
I left there at 10:30 in the morning. I got home at 6
PM. Well, yeah.
p.m.
That's a
Goddamn.
long time.
For a 6-hour drive. That is a lot of extra time.
yeah.
Like the whole way home, it was stop, go, fucking 40 mile an hour, stop, back, forth.
Disgusting.
Doing it with just the truck's fine. Doing it with the truck and trailer is
With no trailer
so-
brakes.
Yeah, is such a
So yeah,
pain.
you're leaving an extra wide gap in front of
yeah.
you, and
I just tucked a semi. I'm like, if you're going 40,
Yeah.
I'm going 40. I'm not trying to fight traffic, this and that, whatever.
oh fuck.
That goes pretty well the whole way back. It rained a little bit, nothing crazy. We were kind of worried about storms rolling in. It was fine. Get past the Oglesby exit, almost home. I'm like, I could see it. We're
Yeah,
almost
literally,
here.
it's a straight
I
shot
can,
after
I can
that.
see the Casey sign.
literally.
We're going. All of a sudden, the truck and trailer bucks, just cocoom. And I'm just like, did I just blow a tire? I swear to fucking God. I look in the mirrors. I'm like, everything looks okay. There's a chunk of rubber in the road. I'm like, I probably just hit a chunk of rubber. I'm like, 'cause I wasn't paying that much attention.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to pull off the off ramp anyway, just see if I fucking hurt.
But you're at the exit now.
This is the 251 exit.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like
Okay,
4
okay.
miles from home.
Okay.
Okay.
Like heading into Love's.
no.
The one right after that. The next.
The one with
Oh,
no
oh, okay.
attractions. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I know
Yeah,
what you're
where
talking
it goes
about now.
251 and the next one's 71.
Yes. Okay.
But I'm like, I'll just stop and check just for posterity's sake. Click the blinker on, trailer blinker fault. And I'm just like,
Oh, that means your tire blew and took the fucking blinker out with it.
I'm having a fucking stroke, Maggie.
I'm just like, whatever. I get out, I look at it, I'm like, all the tires look fine. I'm like, what the fuck? I look back, the trailer light's gone. Just fucking, just gone. I'm like,
So the tire didn't blow.
all the tires were holding air.
Okay.
I walk, the passenger side lights
okay.
exploded.
It
It's
was
gone.
your tire that was the rubber you saw.
The passenger side rear tire
Yep.
de-treaded the
Oh,
whole tire.
I was
Okay.
just about to fucking
I was gonna say, yeah, like they're holding air. I'm like, okay, but there's other parts of the
Doesn't he
tire.
didn't say if there wasn't tread on
Exactly.
one of them.
I saw the words you used and I noticed a flaw.
Very specific wording there. So it de-treaded the whole tire in one chunk. It flipped underneath, smacked the fucking brake light right off of it. I'm like,
Awesome.
Just whipped it off.
I'm like, I am miles.
I'll
from
say,
home.
luckily you can get home. I would have drugged the fucker on the rim if it was hitting.
I didn't have the tools to take it off, so I'm like,
Yeah,
fucking
fair.
whatever.
Yeah.
So it was holding air, and I'm like, this is a bomb. Like I hit a rock, this thing's gonna fucking explode.
Right.
So I'm
Look
like,
at it wrong.
30 miles an hour, set the cruise.
You didn't just go down the fucking.
I took 251 back
Okay,
instead of the
yeah,
interstate.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
I was like, you just need to go down the fucking road right next to the interstate.
no, yeah, I took the actual road back. I'm just
Gotcha.
like, got the hazards on, and everyone would pull up behind me and follow me, expecting me to turn left because I missed the blinker now.
Oh,
Hold on,
just
because
like-
how high that trailer does
They
not
can-
sit high enough to see a regular.
no,
No,
but
they
it's
can
long
see-
enough to where you see the trailer lights first.
They can see the
Well,
ones on
yeah.
the truck. Just people are really dumb.
Well, yeah.
So I would turn them off and like get way over and then turn them back on, and they're like, "Oh," and then they drive around.
Apparently, this happened more than once.
I understand
For you
now.
to think of like,
This was like
let me fucking, I gotta signal this guy to
I would have
pass
just said, "Fuck it."
Yeah, this was like 3 or 4 times. And I'm just like finally get back. I'm like, okay, we're done. I'm going to bed. Like I'm gonna get a shower. I'm
It's 7
done.
p.m. now.
It was 6 o'clock when I got back finally. And I'm just like,
It's been a day.
I'm like,
It's been a day to
Fuck
have a
this
day.
shit. I'm
like,
done.
this is over. I'm done. Get a shower, lay in bed. I'm like, oh, outside the window. Boom. I'm just like,
You heard the time.
no fucking shit.
I'm like, I'm sitting there like,
This is
there's-
when you're upstairs already.
I'm already showered. I'm laying in bed. It's
Oh.
like 7 o'clock now. I'm like, there's no fucking way. I'm like, there's no way it just did that.
Do you
I'm
just
like,
look out the window or do you actually walk down?
I walked out over to the kitchen, look out the window. It's fine. It was something completely
oh
unrelated.
my god.
I'm just like, oh, what are the odds that just random firework or some nonsense in town? I'm just like,
A backfire.
I'm like, I'm done. Whatever happens, I'm not looking again. Like, I don't care.
It's not gonna. You still need a new tire anyway.
Yeah,
So
all those tires are from 05.
Oh my
Your
God.
boss comes back the next day. What the fuck happened to our trailer? I don't know. It was fine when I parked
He
it.
didn't even notice.
That does not surprise
He's
me.
like, so how was the trip? I'm like, it was the worst towing experience I've ever had in my life. Everything that could have went wrong, that was out of my control,
Fuck.
went wrong. The
Yes.
Jeep never moved an inch. All the straps, never had to retighten them. Everything was perfect there.
Good.
Everything else went to shit the whole way through.
oh,
So yeah, that was oh, and then I checked the brakes the next day. The
Yeah.
butt connectors just came apart.
of course.
I could have
Ah.
fixed it in like 2
well.
minutes.
but who cares?
But-
Yeah. Oh well.
I'm like, at least I didn't break something that's worse than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So of course the
Could have been
wire,
a lot worse.
all the wiring for the back corners ripped off from the tire, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
whatever.
That's another day's.
Whatever.
He takes it back home. He's like, yeah, one of the leaf springs is broken. I'm like,
Not my fucking problem,
I'm
bro.
like, did it look like a fresh break? He's like, no. I'm like, thank fuck.
No, we broke it on the way to Missouri fucking 3 months ago.
I am sure that is what happened. Me bound. Also, those little bridges.
Oh god, yeah, there was
Yeah.
St. Louis.
when we were going down to
Yeah.
Columbia to meet with
yeah,
Trevor.
to Missouri. There was a lot of 2-lane curvy road bridges up and down hills.
2-lane is an overstatement.
Yeah,
They
like
were-
1.5
Yeah,
lanes
1.5.
that they just did a center line
Old
in.
country
and-
road.
They painted a line on a country.
I
road.
was my truck and trailer. I was through 1 3/4 of the lanes about the whole time until I saw a car coming. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm gonna try to get over, but they know.
No problem.
And it's almost worse with my truck being smaller and pulling a full width.
Yeah.
Because I can't judge my width as much as you can.
Yeah.
Being full,
Right.
being a wide truck.
Yep.
I am sure that's where it broke, but I did not volunteer that information. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Not my problem.
Yeah.
So now we're getting new wheels and tires for that trailer, and it
Good.
probably needs a coat of paint because it's all rusting through. And I'm like, I'll offer to pay for some of this stuff, but I really don't want to.
well, I mean, it's not going to really work out because you're probably going to be at the clock fixing it.
He's like, those tires were gonna blow anyway. I'm like, yeah, but I've put like 3,000 miles on them. Like, so I've taken it to Badlands I think twice now, and then to Missouri, and then here I'm like, yeah, they'd probably still be fine, but sure, we'll go with that. So
If they're from 05, then you're just
they were junk.
It's about as bad as me riding the fucking Harley with tires from 99.
But I'm just like, it didn't blow with the Jeep on there. It didn't blow in fucking Minnesota. I'm like, it did it minutes from home. I'm like, that's fine. I'll take that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
I'm glad you saved it to the end. That was a good story.
That was a good story to end that.
yeah, I've been brewing that up for a fucking week now.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I was on the road for 16 hours. It was 850 miles. It's only
not even that many miles.
It's 410 there and back.
Yeah.
I wasted like 20 miles driving
Doing
back and forth on
circles
off
and
ramps
shit,
doing that.
And what was your miles per gallon?
With the loaded trailer, it was 9.1 for the whole trip. The unloaded trailer got 13.8.
Now, if you were to tell someone 10 years ago a little 4-cylinder truck could get that good of gas mileage towing, like
People are shocked today. Like anytime TOP talks about my truck, they're like, he tows with a Ranger. Like, I can't believe he would do that. And I'm like
a little 2.3. That
I'm like this.
fucker can
I'm like,
tow.
this will tow circles around your OBS Chevy, buddy. Like that thing's fine. It really does not.
Consider
give
they're
a
rated
shit.
to tow the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got a turbo and 10 gears. It does not care.
and you can lock them out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Which I accidentally discovered when I borrowed your truck moving.
Yeah.
I just thought like, oh, I can just select what gear I'm in. I didn't know I was fucking locking
Technically,
them out.
yeah. Technically, you can just lock out the highest number.
Yeah.
You can't pick what gear you're in.
And that's what I thought it was, like my dad's truck.
Well, you can. If you go to sport mode and click it, then it'll lock it to that gear. It'll flash it up on the dash what gear you're in.
Yes.
If you go to sport mode and click the plus or minus, then it'll lock that gear. But
So you can choose the next highest gear is what I'm saying. Not just not just set a maximum.
in drive you set your max gear.
Yes.
In sport you set what gear you are in.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Gotcha.
It'll still
even my
downshift,
Fusion
but-
has a manual mode, but all it does is
lock out your top
lock
gears.
out top gear. Yeah.
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 Which I always lock out 10th and 9th.
Or wait, no, sorry. My truck does not have the sport mode.
Yeah.
That is what only has that. The Fusion does. The manual mode actually does
Yes.
shift.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, no, that all adds up. But
Which, not that I'm going to tow anything with a fucking Fusion.
you
but
tow with your Crown Vic all the time.
that has a truck engine and transmission and a rear end. Yeah.
That's
And it's a
solid
body on
though.
frame
Yeah.
car. Yeah, I trust that a lot more.
They were the greatest car ever made.
They are.
That car.
I saw. Did you see the one I posted
Yeah,
in Discord?
yeah,
Yeah.
the fucking chop
Convertible.
top Crown Vic. Yeah.
God bless.
Sadly, Crown Vics are only worth $1,200 anyway.
This
so
is true.
you cutting the roof off of it doesn't really do me
It doesn't,
anything.
It doesn't make it worth more or less.
Yeah, I also own a Sawzall. I could make this happen if I just owned a $1,200 Crown
Hey,
Vic.
all I need is a blade.
What you mean by that?
Oh yeah,
Care to
and a
elaborate?
pair of vice
the,
grips
the blade, like when
Blade?
when I fixed your car.
and
Like
ruin
when
the
you guys
AC.
Cut my dash.
You
in
mean
half?
when Andy fucked up the AC?
We're not getting back into this now.
Who is the
this
one
is-
who likes
no.
the blade?
Wait, who's on first? What's his name's on second?
Well, on
It's
that
a
note, I
baseball
think it's time
joke.
to end.
Yeah,
think
let's
it's
get the
that
fuck
then,
out of
yeah.
here.
Yeah, we
I don't
got
know.
shit to talk about.
If anyone's still here, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.